Have you ever encountered a situation where you learn something new, and suddenly it feels like that piece of information is popping up everywhere around you? This curious sensation is known as the Baader-Meinhof Phenomenon. It's an interesting psychological occurrence that highlights how our minds work in connection with perception and attention. Imagine you have just decided to buy a particular model of car. Perhaps it's a bright red sedan that you admired for its sleek lines and modern features. After you make your decision, it seems that every street you drive on is filled with that very car. You spot them at every traffic light, parked along every curb, and cruising alongside you. It's as if the universe has filled the world with this vehicle just for you. This phenomenon occurs because of a combination of cognitive bias and selective attention. When you focus on a new idea, concept, or object, your brain begins to filter the information around you to support your current interest. In other words, your mind starts to notice those things that you deem significant. It's a bit like getting new glasses. Once you adjust to the new prescription, details that were once blurry suddenly come into focus. The Baader-Meinhof phenomenon can happen with words, trends, colors, or even ideas. Perhaps you recently discovered a unique word, and from that moment onward, it seems everyone is using it. You hear it in conversations, read it in books, and see it on social media. At first, it fills you with intrigue and amazement. How could a word you just learned be in such widespread use? This phenomenon is often accompanied by a feeling of surprise or wonderment. It can evoke a sense of connection to the world, because it appears that everyone around you is speaking the same language or sharing the same interests. Sometimes this curiosity leads to deeper explorations. You might find yourself researching the word more, diving into its meaning and history, and uncovering relationships to other terms and jargon. Let's switch gears and consider a tangible example with trends. When a popular style emerges, maybe a particular kind of footwear, such as chunky sneakers, it seems to appear everywhere. You notice these sneakers featured in online articles, on fashion influencers, in stores, and even in your own circle of friends. When the trend was initially introduced to you, it sparked an interest that has manifested itself in heightened awareness. The Baader-Meinhof phenomenon also highlights how our brains are wired to identify patterns in our surroundings, and this is an essential evolutionary trait. Our ancestors relied on noticing changes in their environment for survival, so it's no surprise that we continue to use this skill in modern times. When you learn something new, particularly if it captures your attention, your brain effectively updates its filtering mechanisms, bringing similar information to your awareness. Another intriguing aspect is the role of emotional connections. When you personally relate to a new piece of information, you're more likely to notice its presence. This could be a book that resonates deeply with you. After finishing a captivating novel, you may suddenly see references to it, hear others recommending it, or stumble across its film adaptation moments later. The emotional connection amplifies your perception, reinforcing that it exists everywhere. In a world overloaded with information, recognizing this phenomenon inspires curiosity rather than overwhelm. Each new learning experience can open doors to a broader understanding of interconnectedness. Consider how this phenomenon might encourage you to explore new hobbies, interests, or even subjects outside your usual comfort zone. If you learn about a musical genre you have never explored, you may start hearing those sounds in unexpected places, drawing connections between cultures and styles. Take, for instance, someone who recently delved into the topic of sustainable living. After reading a book on eco-friendly practices, they become increasingly aware of the movement. They notice initiatives in their community, campaigns on social media, and products claiming sustainability. Instead of being just a passive observer, they find themselves engaged in conversations about reducing waste, composting, or even adopting a minimalistic lifestyle. This awareness can spark a ripple effect, promoting both personal growth and community engagement. The Baader-Meinhof Phenomenon encapsulates our innate desire for understanding and connection. Every moment of learning creates new lenses through which we perceive the world. As you embark on a journey of discovery, whether through travel, culture, or knowledge, those insights begin to shape how you interact with your environment, revealing possibilities you never knew existed. So the next time you learn something intriguing and start to see it everywhere, take a moment to appreciate the wonderful complexity of your mind's perceptual capabilities. Embrace that astonishment and allow it to inspire ongoing curiosity about the world around you. After all, each new awareness serves as a reminder that we are forever learning, growing, and connecting in the intricate tapestry of life. Each instance fills our experience with vibrancy and wonder, much like the feeling of witnessing a sunset for the first time, or hearing your favorite song unexpectedly playing on the radio. Let this phenomenon remind you of the beauty in learning and the richness of life that unfolds when we embrace the new. The Great Emu War is a unique chapter in Australian history that showcases an unusual conflict between humans and a large flightless bird known as the emu. This intriguing event took place in the early 1930s and remains a remarkable story that highlights both the challenges farmers faced and the unexpected nature of warfare. In 1932, after World War I, many Australian soldiers returned to their homeland, hoping to start fresh lives on farms in Western Australia. The government encouraged this by providing soldiers with land that was fertile and rich for agriculture. However, farmers soon encountered a significant problem that disrupted their hopeful beginnings. A massive population of emus, native birds known for their speedy running and large stature, began to invade the farmlands. These emus, standing up to 6 feet tall and weighing as much as 130 pounds, were not shy about raiding the crops. They would often travel in groups, and it is estimated that there were over 20,000 emus wreaking havoc across the wheat fields. As the seasons changed, crops like wheat, oats, and barley became targets for these hungry birds. The farmers watched helplessly as these large birds feasted on their hard work, devouring entire fields and leaving devastation behind. The situation became dire, prompting farmers to seek help from the government. The newly elected government, keen to maintain peace and productivity, decided to take action. Thus, the Great Emu War began. The plan was straightforward: military intervention. Armed with machine guns, soldiers were dispatched to combat this avian menace. The initial operations of this bizarre conflict took place in November 1932. Soldiers, equipped with weapons and a determination to protect the crops, faced their first challenges. However, they quickly discovered that the emus were not easy targets. The birds exhibited remarkable speed and agility, easily outpacing the troops. As they scattered in all directions, the soldiers found it difficult to get a clear shot. One interesting tactic employed by the soldiers was to enlist the help of local farmers who would attempt to herd the emus into a tighter group. But emus are surprisingly clever creatures. They quickly learned to recognize the sounds of approaching vehicles and would scatter just before the soldiers arrived. It became almost comical as the soldiers struggled to work together with the farmers, attempting to outwit a flock of determined birds. During the first week of operations, the soldiers managed to kill a small number of emus, but that was hardly enough to make a significant dent in the overwhelming population. The machine's guns consistently jammed, and logistical issues arose, making the entire campaign more challenging than anticipated. Despite their best efforts, the military was outsmarted by the relentless emus, and the soldiers found themselves frustrated and unable to gain control of the situation. As the weeks went by, media coverage of the Great Emu War began to spread. Reports of the absurdity of a military fighting against birds became a source of humor throughout the country. Newspapers would publish headlines that highlighted the peculiar nature of the conflict, drawing the attention of both locals and international audiences. The situation was not just a battle over crops. It was turning into a captivating tale of man versus nature. By December 1932, it became evident that the operation was not achieving the desired results. The MS continued to thrive, and public opinion started to sway against the military's involvement in what many now saw as a comically futile effort. Eventually, the government made the decision to withdraw military support, recognizing that they could not defeat an adversary so unexpectedly adept at evading capture. The Great Emu War officially ended, and farmers were left to deal with the consequences of the uprising. Some farmers turned to other methods of protection, such as building fences, while others resorted to more humane tactics that didn't involve conflict. Over time, the emu population stabilized, and farmers learned to coexist with the resilient birds that roamed the land. Looking back, the Great Emu War stands as a testament to the unpredictable nature of both wildlife and human intervention. It reminds us that sometimes, despite our best efforts, nature has its own plans that can override human intentions. This curious incident not only highlights the resilience of the emus, who adapted and continued to thrive, but it also demonstrates that not all wars are fought on conventional battlegrounds. Today, the story of the Great Emu War serves as a humorous reminder of the complexities of nature, agriculture, and the human desire to control the environment. Every now and then, when one hears about the adventures of soldiers and emus, it elicits a smile and a curiosity to understand how even the smallest creatures can turn the tide against conventional methods of warfare. It is a whimsical yet poignant reminder of our place in the natural world, showcasing that sometimes the greatest battles are not those we plan for, but the unexpected ones that unfold before us. Deep within the Earth's icy landscapes, a fascinating phenomenon unfolds that captivates scientists and nature enthusiasts alike. This phenomenon is known as glacial earthquakes, a unique type of seismic event that occurs primarily in areas dominated by glaciers. As glaciers move and shift, they interact with the underlying bedrock and surrounding environment, resulting in seismic activity that can be both powerful and enigmatic. To understand glacial earthquakes, we must first explore the structure and behavior of glaciers themselves. These massive rivers of ice are formed from layers of accumulated snow that compact over time, transforming into dense ice. Glaciers move, albeit slowly, influenced by gravity and the environmental conditions around them. They flow from areas of high elevation toward the lower valleys, carving trenches and shaping the landscape as they go. As glaciers advance, they can become destabilized due to a variety of factors, including temperature fluctuations and the melting of their base. Water can accumulate at the glacier's bottom, reducing friction and enabling the massive ice block to slide more easily over the bedrock. This movement can generate a series of earthquakes, classified as glacial earthquakes, which can vary in intensity. One of the most studied locations for glacial earthquakes is Greenland, home to some of the largest glaciers in the world. Scientists have observed that these glaciers can produce thousands of small tremors daily. Most of these seismic signals are minor, barely detectable by the average person. Yet, the larger events can release energy comparable to a small magnitude earthquake, enough to be felt over considerable distances. Interestingly, the majority of these seismic events are not caused by the same tectonic processes that give rise to traditional earthquakes. Instead, they are primarily the result of ice dynamics. When a glacier calving occurs, large sections of ice break free and plunge into the surrounding water. This dramatic release can generate waves and send shockwaves through the earth, resulting in detectable seismic activity. As glaciers melt and respond to climate change, understanding glacial earthquakes becomes increasingly important. Recent studies have suggested that the frequency and intensity of these seismic events may rise as glaciers retreat. Monitoring these changes offers valuable insights into the health of our planet's ice masses. The data collected from these seismic activities helps scientists track glacier movement and predict future changes in their stability. In addition to their scientific significance, glacial earthquakes can also provide a glimpse into the fascinating relationships between ice, water, and land. When we think about glaciers, we often picture serene and majestic ice formations. Yet, beneath their seemingly tranquil surfaces lies a world of dynamic interactions, where ice flows, melts, and reshapes our planet. The study of glacial earthquakes can also encompass fascinating technologies that scientists use to explore these events. Seismometers, for instance, play a crucial role in capturing the subtle vibrations generated by moving glaciers. These sensitive instruments can detect even the slightest tremors, leading to a better understanding of the dynamics at play. Researchers often deploy a network of seismometers around a glacier, enabling them to capture a comprehensive view of the seismic activity. Moreover, satellite technology has revolutionized our understanding of glacier movements. Using radar and optical imaging, satellites can provide detailed information about glacier flow and the changes occurring over time. This satellite data complements ground-based measurements, giving scientists a more complete picture of the glacier's behavior. Beyond the scientific community, glacial earthquakes can inspire a sense of wonder and awe in the general public. The thought of colossal ice masses moving imperceptibly but inevitably can stir the imagination. It beckons us to appreciate the intricacies of our planet, reminding us that even the largest structures on Earth are subject to forces of change. As we consider the long-term implications of glacial earthquakes, we are called to reflect on the broader environmental context. The melting of glaciers, driven by climate change, poses significant challenges to ecosystems, sea levels, and human communities. Understanding glacial earthquakes not only enriches our scientific knowledge, but also sheds light on the interconnectedness of our natural world and the importance of taking informed action to protect it. In conclusion, glacial earthquakes are a captivating subject that highlights the dynamic nature of our planet. They serve as a reminder of the power of nature, the hidden complexities of ice movement, and the larger environmental changes that impact us all. Through continued exploration and understanding of these events, we can better appreciate the majestic yet fragile ecosystems shaped by glaciers. Each tremor, each movement, tells a story of transformation, urging us to listen closely to the murmurs of the earth beneath our feet. The Voynich Manuscript stands as one of the most intriguing and enigmatic books in the history of humanity. Bound in a modest yet ancient vellum cover, this manuscript is thought to date back to the early 15th century, and it has captivated scholars, cryptographers, and curious minds for centuries. With an origin shrouded in mystery, the manuscript's provenance traces back to a time when Europe was rife with conflict, exploration, and discovery. Upon opening the pages of the Voynich Manuscript, one is immediately struck by its stunning illustrations. The images are unlike anything found in known literature of the time, making them even more mysterious. The manuscript contains a variety of botanical sketches, each accompanied by peculiar labels written in an unknown script. Some of these plants appear to be entirely fictional, while others resemble real plants that have been distorted and transformed in fascinating ways. It raises the question, did the author invent these plants, or were they based on real specimens observed, but never catalogued? Moving beyond the botanical illustrations, one uncovers drawings of celestial diagrams and astrological symbols. These images illustrate the cosmos in a way that intertwines human understanding with the mysteries of the heavens. Charts depict celestial bodies, aligning with the cycles of the moon and stars, possibly indicating the author's fascination with astrology or the significance of celestial events in the 15th century. One particularly captivating aspect of the Voynich Manuscript is its focus on female figures. Many of the pages depict women engaged in various activities, often surrounded by fantastical plants or symbolic representations of nature and the cosmos. These illustrations invite speculation about the role of women during that era and the cultural beliefs surrounding female identity and power. Are these images a reflection of the societal structure of the time, or were they inspired by the personal beliefs and experiences of the author? The text of the Voynich Manuscript is composed in an unknown language that has remained undeciphered. Various attempts to decode the text have been made over the years, employing techniques from linguistics, mathematics, and cryptography. Yet, the meaning persists in eluding scholars. Some theories suggest that the language may be a constructed tongue, perhaps invented for the purpose of writing this extraordinary book. Others ponder the possibility that the text is simply nonsensical, a clever hoax intended to confuse and frustrate. Moreover, the challenges presented by the manuscript are enhanced by its unique mix of handwriting styles and formats. This suggests that more than one hand may have contributed to its creation, leading to speculation about whether it was written by a single author or a collaborative effort involving a group of individuals, each with their artistic and scholarly flair. A journey through the Voynich Manuscript also opens the door to imagination. Each page feels like stepping onto another world, inviting readers to consider the motivations behind its creation. What drives someone to create such a book? Was it a quest for knowledge, an exploration of the unknown, or a personal venture into the realms of imagination? Perhaps it was meant to be shared with others, a collection of thoughts, observations, or even dreams captured on paper for posterity. Today, the Voynich Manuscript resides in Yale University's Bystander Rare Book and Manuscript Library, capturing the curiosity of those who seek to unlock its mysteries. Researchers, amateurs, and enthusiasts flock to its pages, each looking for clues, each hoping to be the one to decode the secrets within. The manuscript has become a symbol of the uncharted territories of knowledge, the boundaries of understanding, and the marvels that lie within human creativity. Despite all the advances in technology and deciphering techniques, the Voynich Manuscript continues to intrigue and elude. Its presence has spurred interdisciplinary studies, inspiring researchers from various fields, linguistics, botany, history, and even computer science, to collaborate in new and exciting ways. Each effort to understand this mysterious text brings with it a sense of adventure, echoing the same quests that explorers of the past undertook as they ventured into unknown territories, armed with nothing but their curiosity. The Voynich Manuscript serves as a reminder that there are still mysteries left in this world, waiting to be explored. It draws us into the rich tapestry of our history, igniting a passion for discovery and knowledge. As we ponder its contents, we are reminded of the endless possibilities that lie ahead, revealing the beauty and complexity of the human experience. Enshrined within its pages is not just an artifact from the past. It is a beacon that calls us to engage with the unknown, to push boundaries, and to explore the realm of imagination and creativity. The story of the Voynich Manuscript is far from over, and as more individuals become intrigued by its enigma, who knows what further insights may emerge from this captivating document. Imagine you are in a busy public place, perhaps a park or a bustling street, when suddenly you witness something alarming. A person collapses, or an argument breaks out. Instinctively, your heart races. You look around to see how others are reacting. Strangely, instead of rushing to help, you notice that many people seem to just walk past, almost as if they haven't noticed anything amiss at all. This phenomenon, where individuals fail to offer help in an emergency when other people are present, is known as the Bystander Effect. The Bystander Effect reflects a social psychological theory that sheds light on human behavior in difficult situations. When a person is in need of assistance, the presence of others can sometimes have the opposite effect than one might expect. Instead of bolstering a sense of urgency and encouraging someone to step in, the presence of multiple bystanders can often lead to a diffusion of responsibility. This means that individuals believe someone else will take action, so they feel less compelled to do anything themselves. One of the most famous illustrations of the bystander effect occurred in 1964, when a woman named Kitty Genovese was attacked outside her apartment in Queens, New York. Despite her cries for help, it is reported that dozens of witnesses heard her screams, yet did not intervene or call the police until it was too late. This tragic incident sparked extensive research into what causes individuals to remain passive in the face of emergency. A key component of the bystander effect is social influence. People often look to others to determine how to behave in uncertain situations. If they see others remaining calm or unresponsive, they are likely to adopt the same behavior, creating a cycle of inaction. This is known as pluralistic ignorance, where individuals assume that because nobody else is reacting, there is no real cause for concern. Another factor contributing to this phenomenon is the fear of social judgment. People are often worried about making mistakes or being embarrassed. They might think, what if I intervene and this is a misunderstanding? What if I am overreacting? This fear can paralyze potential helpers, leaving a victim without the aid they desperately need. Interestingly, research suggests that the bystander effect can be diminished when certain conditions are met. First, if an individual identifies a specific person who needs help, they are more likely to respond effectively. For example, if someone sees a friend in need, the personal connection may motivate them to act. Similarly, when someone explicitly asks for help, the bystander is more likely to step in, as this direct request removes uncertainty. Additionally, knowing that one's actions can make a difference can empower individuals to break free from the bystander effect. For example, during a community event, witnessing a medical emergency might not elicit action if bystanders feel detached. However, if they are part of a team or organization that emphasizes the importance of helping others in need, they are more likely to take decisive action. Educational campaigns also play a crucial role in combating the bystander effect. When individuals are aware of this phenomenon, they can better understand their reactions in emergencies. Training programs emphasize awareness and provide strategies for what to do when witnessing an emergency. This can include calling for help, alerting someone else, or directly assisting the person in need. The implications of the bystander effect extend beyond individual cases. They touch on societal values and the collective responsibility we hold towards one another. Encouraging a culture of care and prompt action can promote positive social behavior in emergency situations. Communities that actively discuss the importance of intervention foster environments where individuals feel safe and empowered to help. In conclusion, while the bystander effect may suggest a tendency toward inaction in the face of emergencies, understanding the underlying psychological principles can help individuals recognize their potential to make a difference. By fostering awareness and cultivating a sense of collective responsibility, we can work toward breaking down the barriers that prevent compassionate action. Our ability to help others is not merely contingent on the presence of others, but hinges on our courage to act, our willingness to connect, and our belief that every effort counts in making the world a better place. So, next time you find yourself in a situation where someone needs help, remember that every action, no matter how small, can lead to significant change. Imagine walking into a room where music flows in colors, each note painting vivid hues in the air. This extraordinary experience is not a wild flight of imagination. It is a phenomenon known as synesthesia. In this fascinating neurological condition, the senses intertwine, creating a unique blend where stimulation of one sensory pathway leads to automatic, involuntary experiences in another. Those who experience synesthesia perceive the world in a richly layered tapestry, where sounds can be seen, letters can evoke tastes, and numbers might produce sensations of touch. Let's delve into the captivating world of this condition. Synesthesia comes in many forms, and each synesthetic experience is distinct. For instance, one of the most common types is auditory visual synesthesia, where sounds trigger visual experiences. A person might hear a piano playing and simultaneously see bursts of colors, perhaps a bright blue for a low note and a vibrant yellow for a high one. Virtuoso artists and musicians often describe their experiences using this vibrant language, transforming their creative processes. Famous figures like Wassily Kandinsky and Duke Ellington were known to possess such abilities, integrating their sensory perceptions to create mesmerizing works of art and music uniquely their own. Another intriguing aspect of synesthesia is grapheme color synesthesia, where numbers and letters elicit a specific color. For example, the letter A may appear as a bold red, while the letter B might shimmer in blue. Those who experience this condition often describe it as a delightful and vivid addition to their daily lives. A student might find that studying becomes a more colorful endeavor, with words coming alive in ways that others might not perceive, making learning a more vibrant adventure. Even tastes can intermingle with other senses in the world of synesthesia. Synesthetic taste experiences can lead to unusual flavor combinations, triggered by something as simple as a sound or even a number. Imagine hearing a particular song that reminds someone of chocolate or a zesty lemon. This fusion of tastes and sounds adds an extra layer of complexity to the simple act of enjoying food. Furthermore, some individuals experience time synesthesia. For them, time is not just a linear progression, but a visual map. Days of the week, months, and even years may take on special significance, appearing in spatial arrangements or unique colors. Picture walking through a vast landscape of memory, where the past glimmers in hues of nostalgia, while the future glows with possibilities. This perception transforms the mundane passage of time into a rich, immersive experience. The enchanting qualities of synesthesia pose fascinating questions about perception and reality. Researchers have begun to explore the genetic underpinnings and environmental influences that may lead to synesthetic experiences. Some studies suggest that synesthesia may run in families, hinting at a possible genetic link. Perhaps it stems from the overconnectivity of neural pathways in the brain, where cross-wiring creates these multi-sensory experiences. Others propose that it may arise from early childhood experiences when the brain is still forming and categorizing information. Importantly, it is essential to recognize that synesthesia is not a disorder or an impairment. Instead, it is a unique way of experiencing the world that many describe as enriching. Those who live with synesthesia often embrace it as part of their identity. They may find that it enhances their creativity and helps them think outside the box. Many artists, writers, and musicians credit their synesthetic experiences as integral to their creative processes, inspiring them to produce works that resonate with deep emotional and sensory experiences. While fascinating on its own, synesthesia also compels us to rethink conventional notions of perception. It challenges the boundaries between senses, showing us that our experiences are not merely defined by our limited perception. Some scientists speculate that the understanding of this condition might lead to insights into the nature of consciousness and sensory processing. Perhaps we are only scratching the surface of what it means to perceive and interpret the world around us. In summary, the experience of synesthesia is a wondrous intertwining of senses that offers a glimpse into a different dimension of reality. It paints a vivid picture of how unique and multifaceted human perception can be. Whether it is through sound blooming in colors, letters sparking flavors, or time unfolding like a brilliant canvas, those touched by this phenomenon inhabit a world enriched by their sensory experiences. It serves as a reminder that our individual realities may be far more colorful and diverse than we can imagine. Embracing this complexity can inspire new ways of thinking and creativity, showcasing the beauty of our shared humanity through the kaleidoscopic lens of perception. Kamchatka, a remote peninsula located in the far eastern part of Russia, is a place of extraordinary beauty and geological significance. Known for its majestic landscapes, Kamchatka is often described as a land of fire and ice. This region is home to over 30 active volcanoes, making it one of the most volcanically active areas in the world. Imagine standing at the foot of a towering volcano, gazing up at its snow-capped peak. The air is crisp, filled with the scent of sulfur and the faint sound of rumbling beneath your feet. This is the heart of Kamchatka. Among its peaks, Klerksdorp Sopka stands out as the highest and one of the most active volcanoes in the region. Rising to about 4,750 meters, it dominates the landscape with its conical shape and frequent eruptions. Witnessing its power is an unforgettable experience. Lava fountains shoot high into the sky, while ash clouds drift like soft gray blankets across the horizon. Beyond its towering giants, Kamchatka is adorned with an array of smaller volcanic formations, each with its unique character. The Valley of Geysers, for example, is a breathtaking natural wonder. It features over 90 geysers and numerous hot springs, all emanating steam and bubbling with geothermal energy. The sound of the water erupting from the earth can feel like nature's heartbeat, rhythmic and alive. This valley is not just a visual marvel. It also plays a crucial role in the ecosystem, providing a unique habitat for various flora and fauna. Speaking of the wildlife, Kamchatka is teeming with life. From the iconic brown bears that roam the landscape to the diverse seabird colonies along its rugged coast, a mother bear with her cubs can often be seen fishing for salmon in the region's rivers, showcasing the raw beauty and drama of nature. The sheer scale of the wilderness can be astounding, with vast stretches of untouched land where one might encounter the sight of a deer peacefully grazing or a majestic eagle soaring overhead. As we explore further, let's not forget the captivating beauty of Kamchatka's landscape. The vibrant colors of wildflowers, in summer contrast against the backdrop of black volcanic rock and white snow. The seasonal changes paint a different picture each time you visit. The lush greens of spring give way to the warm hues of autumn, creating a picturesque tapestry of nature's palette. The Kamchatka Peninsula boasts an intricate network of rivers and lakes, which not only provide stunning scenery, but also host fish and other wildlife, enriching the biodiversity of the area. One of the most significant features of this volcanic region is the concept of geothermal energy. Kamchatka's active geological phenomena create immense potential for harnessing geothermal resources, which can provide sustainable energy solutions. Scientists and researchers flock to Kamchatka to study the volcanoes and the geothermal system beneath the surface. The thrilling prospect of tapping into this power allows us to envision a future where nature's energy can be utilized while still preserving its beauty. Travelers who venture to Kamchatka often find themselves immersed in an adventurous spirit. From hiking on the slopes of volcanoes to exploring the serene waters of the nearby lakes, each experience is unique. Imagine embarking on a guided trek through rugged terrain, where every step leads you deeper into a wilderness that feels like another world. The challenges of the hike only enhance the reward of breathtaking views and the serene companionship of nature. Cultural experiences also await those who visit Kamchatka. The indigenous peoples of the region, known as the Koryaks, have lived in harmony with the land for centuries. Their traditional lifestyle, rich in customs and stories, adds another layer of intrigue to the region. Engaging with local communities can provide insights into their unique relationship with the environment, offering opportunities to learn about their crafts, cuisine, and legends. As we delve into the geothermal hot springs, relaxation and rejuvenation await. Picture yourself soaking in a natural hot spring, the warmth of the water soothing your muscles as you enjoy panoramic views of the surrounding peaks. The experience is an intimate connection between man and nature, promoting a sense of well-being amid the untamed beauty of Kamchatka. As we conclude our journey through Kamchatka's volcanic wonders, it is clear that this region is more than just a collection of mountains and craters. It is a living testament to the power of our planet, showcasing the interplay of fire and ice, life and death, tranquility and turmoil. Each visit to this remote corner of Russia reveals new facets of its wild beauty, captivating hearts and inspiring adventures that linger long after the journey ends. Kamchatka is an invitation to experience Earth as it was meant to be, a celebration of nature's art, a place where the extraordinary is normal. The Turin Shroud, an ancient linen cloth, has captivated the imagination of historians, scientists, and believers alike for centuries. Spanning approximately 14 feet in length and 3.5 feet in width, this enigmatic textile is believed to bear the image of a man who bears striking resemblances to the traditional depictions of Jesus of Nazareth. Its origins, The processes that led to the formation of the image and its journey through history are rife with intrigue and mystery. First discovered in the 14th century, the shroud has been housed in the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist in Turin, Italy, since the 17th century. Its first recorded public exhibition occurred in 1355, but controversies about its authenticity and the means by which the image appeared on the fabric swiftly followed. Some assert that the cloth is a relic of genuine antiquity, while others regard it as a medieval forgery, perhaps crafted as a way to bolster claims of religious significance during turbulent times in Christian history. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Turin shroud is the image it bears. The figure depicted shows a man with long hair and a beard, suggesting a strong physical resemblance to how Jesus is portrayed in Western art. The image, however, is not akin to a simple painting. Rather, it has characteristics that make it eerily haunting. The figure's face is shrouded in a mysterious expression, its serene yet intense gaze inviting endless speculation about the identity of the person represented. The image appears to show signs of having endured pain and suffering, with visible marks on the wrists and feet, consistent with the crucifixion narrative. Radiocarbon dating conducted in the late 1980s offered some evidence suggesting that the fabric originated from a time period between 1260 and 1390 CE. Critics of this dating argue that the tests may have been affected by the shroud's numerous repairs or by contamination from later handling. Scientific analysis continues to be a source of heated debate, as an array of counter-arguments and new research keeps emerging. The ambiguity surrounding its origin has not diminished the shroud's allure, instead adding layers of intrigue that keep scholars and enthusiasts endlessly engaged. One of the most perplexing features of the Turin shroud is the manner in which the image appears on the cloth. The likeness is not printed, painted, or woven. Instead, it seems to be a form of what some describe as a photographic negative. This technique, however, was not known until the invention of photography in the 19th century. When viewed in a photographic negative, the details of the image become strikingly clear, raising questions about how such a technique could have been achieved in medieval times, if at all. Moreover, the shroud bears traces of blood, which analysis reveals to be human and consistent with blood type AB, a rare type. This detail adds another layer of authenticity, suggesting a deep connection to human suffering and sacrifice. Scientific evaluations of the blood also reveal that the stains are in a pattern that corresponds anatomically with wounds that would have resulted from crucifixion. Art historians and experts in textiles continue to study the shroud extensively, examining the weaving patterns and material composition. The specific weave reveals a high degree of craftsmanship, with some scholars asserting that the techniques used were advanced for the time, leading to further discussion about who could have created such a work in the medieval period. In addition to its scientific studies, the shroud's impact on popular culture cannot be underestimated. Countless books, documentaries, and films have delved into its mysteries, reflecting humanity's enduring quest for understanding faith and history. The figure depicted on the cloth has inspired countless works of art and has been a source of inspiration for many who consider its implications for spirituality and existence. The shroud has also been a focal point during religious events and gatherings, attracting people from around the globe who are drawn to witness this artifact thought to bear a connection to the divine. Pilgrims and tourists alike visit Turin to view the shroud, often experiencing profound reaction. The intersection of faith, history, and the supernatural surrounding the shroud continues to invite contemplation and discussion. In contemporary times, technological advancements have renewed interest in the Turin shroud. High-resolution imaging, 3D analysis, and chemical testing provide new perspectives on age-old questions. These investigations continue to reveal more about the Shroud's historical and cultural significance, enhancing its mystery rather than detracting from it. Whether the Turin Shroud is a genuine relic or an intricate piece of medieval art, what remains clear is its power to evoke deep reflection on the themes of life, suffering, and faith. For many, the Shroud invites an exploration of identity, reliance, and the human experience. The fact that it has survived countless critiques, history's relentless passage, and the trials of time only intensifies its significance. As you ponder the enigma of the Turin Shroud, think about the stories it represents and the multitude of experiences it has witnessed over centuries. The essence of human hope, anguish, and belief is intricately woven into this ancient linen, standing as a testament to the complexities of existence that we continue to navigate today. The mysteries surrounding the Shroud may never be fully unraveled, but they invite us to consider our own beliefs and the narratives we carry through our lives. Nestled on Middle Island, the largest of the Recurch archipelago in Western Australia, lies Lake Hillier, a natural wonder that captivates visitors with its striking pink waters. This lake is not just a feast for the eyes, it also invites you to delve into the science that gives it such an extraordinary hue. Imagine gazing down upon a lake that appears as if it were painted with the softest blush, bordered by lush green trees and the deep blue of the surrounding ocean. The sight of Lake Hillier is like stepping into a dream, where nature seems to break the rules of color. But what causes this vibrant pink? The answer lies beneath the surface in a fascinating interplay of microorganisms, salinity, and natural chemistry. The pink color of Lake Hillier can primarily be attributed to the presence of certain microorganisms, particularly halophilic bacteria. These bacteria thrive in salty environments and contribute pigments called carotenoids, which give the water its eye-catching shade of pink. While similar pink hues can also be observed in other bodies of water around the world, such as Lake Retba in Senegal, the specific microorganisms and the unique conditions of Lake Hillier create a color so vivid that it often looks surreal. To understand the biology behind this phenomenon, it's important to explore the lake's ecosystem. Lake Hillier is notably hypersaline, meaning its salt concentration is much higher than that of seawater. In fact, the salinity levels can reach up to 10 times that of the ocean. This extreme environment is harsh for most aquatic life, but it is precisely this high salt concentration that allows halophilic bacteria and several species of microalgae to flourish. These organisms not only survive but thrive in the briny waters, producing the pigments that give the lake its signature color. One intriguing aspect of Lake Hillier is that its color remains intact even when the water is taken out of the lake and placed in a container. This unique characteristic suggests that the color is not merely due to light reflection or refraction, but is directly tied to the biodiversity present in the water. As you consider this, it invites you to reflect on the complex interactions taking place in this vibrant ecosystem. In addition to the microorganisms, the lake's isolation from freshwater sources plays a crucial role in maintaining its vivid color. Because it is separated from the ocean by a thin strip of land and does not receive inflow from rivers or streams, the water remains concentrated with salts and sustains the perfect environment for pink bacteria to thrive. This condition creates a delicate balance that can be disrupted by changes in temperature or salinity, highlighting the lake's unique sensitivity to environmental conditions. Visiting Lake Hillier offers not only a spectacular visual experience, but also a deeper appreciation for the natural world. The lake is part of the larger scenic beauty of the Recharch archipelago, where wildlife flourishes amidst golden beaches and rugged cliffs. Bird species abound in this area, with opportunities to spot diverse fauna from seabirds to unique marine creatures. This coastal region provides a perfect backdrop, enhancing the experience of witnessing a natural phenomenon that seems otherworldly. As you explore Lake Hillier, consider the scientific curiosity it sparks. How do organisms adapt to such extreme conditions? What other secrets does nature hold that remain yet to be discovered? Each visit to this stunning lake allows for reflection on the endless wonders of the world and the intricate web of life that exists even in the most challenging environments. Beyond its mesmerizing colors, Lake Hillier serves as a reminder of the delicate balance within ecosystems. Every droplet of water is a small testament to the power of nature and its ability to create beauty in unexpected ways. The interplay of biology and environment in this lake is a story of survival, resilience, and astonishing artistry that captivates all who witness it. Therefore, whether you are an adventurer, a nature lover, or simply a curious spirit, a trip to Lake Hillier is bound to offer inspiration and a sense of wonder. This captivating landscape, with its unique color palette and serene setting, invites exploration and appreciation for the mysteries that our planet continues to unveil. Whether you take in the sights from above or wander along the shores, let yourself be enveloped in the extraordinary atmosphere that surrounds you, finding peace in the knowledge that such beauty exists in harmony with science. The world is filled with mysteries, some deeply embedded in the fabric of our daily lives, and some that linger just out of reach of our understanding. One such enigma is known simply as the hum. This enigmatic sound, described as a low-frequency hum or rumble, has baffled scientists, researchers, and everyday listeners for decades. It is experienced in various locations around the globe, with reports coming from places like Taos in New Mexico, Windsor in Canada, and even the coastal towns of the United Kingdom. Imagine standing in a quiet place, perhaps on a starry night or in a tranquil garden. Suddenly, you become aware of a sound that seems to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. This sound is not just in your imagination, it is the hum. While some people claim to hear it constantly, others experience it only sporadically, on certain days or during specific conditions. What causes this elusive sound remains a mystery that intrigues many. Interestingly, the characteristics of the hum can vary widely from one location to another. In Taos, for example, residents report a deep, persistent rumble, while in Windsor, the sound may be more akin to a soft, low drone. For some, it is a subtle background noise. For others, it can be profoundly disturbing, invading their thoughts and affecting their daily lives. The diverse descriptions lead to questions about the source. Is it the hum of machinery, the vibrations of distant trains, or perhaps something more ethereal? Research into the hum has taken various directions, with hypotheses ranging from industrial activity to natural phenomena. Some scientists speculate that it could be related to geological activity, such as microseisms, which are tiny tremors from the Earth, or even ocean waves crashing against distant shores. Interestingly, urban environments tend to amplify these sounds, making them more pronounced in areas with high traffic and industrialization. In contrast, other theories propose that the hum is linked to human-made sources, including electrical equipment, power lines, or various forms of technology that emit low-frequency sound. This concept raises the question about our increasingly tech-driven world. Could the very devices designed to make our lives easier be contributing to an auditory enigma that perplexes many? The noise of modern life may be creating layers of sound that blend into a continuous hum, barely noticeable to some yet a constant disturbance to others. However, not everyone experiences this phenomenon. It is estimated that about 2 to 4% of people in affected regions can hear the hum, while many remain oblivious to it. This selective auditory perception adds another layer to the mystery. Why is it that some individuals can hear it, while others cannot? Some researchers suggest it could be related to age or hearing sensitivity, while others propose psychological elements, indicating a possible link to the mind's ability to perceive certain frequencies. In the quest to understand the hum, listeners have come together to form communities and forums where they can share their experiences. A sense of camaraderie develops among those who can hear the hum, as they seek to find comfort and answers in shared narratives. This collective exploration fosters a deeper connection to the phenomenon, transforming individual experiences into a shared story, inviting researchers and enthusiasts alike to dive deeper into understanding the sound's origins and effects. Throughout this journey, scientists have taken to measurements and recordings, attempting to pinpoint the source of the hum. In some instances, these efforts have led to temporary conclusions based on ambient noise levels or machinery operation. However, in many cases, the results are inconclusive, leading to further questions and curiosity about what lies beneath the surface. The elusive nature of the hum has even inspired art and literature, becoming a topic of fascination that transcends disciplines. For instance, documentaries have been produced exploring the effects and stories surrounding the hum, highlighting the personal impact it can have on individuals. Artists have drawn inspiration from its mystery, creating soundscapes that mimic the experience, inviting listeners to contemplate the known versus the unknown. This blending of art and science encapsulates the essence of the hum, challenging our perceptions and inviting exploration beyond traditional boundaries. As we delve into this global mystery, it becomes evident that the hum cannot be easily categorized or dismissed. It represents a remarkable intersection of sound, perception, and the human experience. While answers may be elusive, the engagement it inspires has the potential to deepen our understanding of auditory phenomena and our relationship to the world around us. The journey to unravel the secret of the hum continues, inviting curious minds to listen, explore, and discover. In this endeavor, we may find not only answers, but also a rich tapestry of human experience woven through sound, connecting us all in our quest for understanding. Imagine standing on the sun-drenched shoreline of a vast ocean or gazing across an arid desert landscape. Suddenly, the horizon shifts and stirs, revealing a sight so wondrous and surreal that it leaves you questioning your own senses. This spectacle is known as a Fata Morgana, a type of mirage that transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary through the magic of atmospheric conditions. The name Fata Morgana comes from the figure of Morgan Le Fay, a sorceress in Arthurian legend. Much like her enchanting nature, these mirages conjure illusions that can be both beautiful and baffling. Fata Morgana occurs when layers of air at different temperatures interact, creating a prism of distorted images. In simpler terms, it happens because warm air sits atop a cooler layer, bending light and causing the distant objects to appear elongated or elevated. Let's take a closer look at how this phenomenon plays out in various environments. Picture yourself near the ocean on a warm day. As you scan the horizon, the water appears to be shimmering and dancing. But wait, a ghostly ship seems to emerge from the depths, floating effortlessly above the surface. This is no ordinary ship. It could resemble a majestic galleon, with sails billowing in the phantom wind, even though it is simply a trick of light. Sailors have often reported these visions, causing legends and tales of mysterious vessels lost in time. Similarly, Fata Morgana can dazzle those who trek across the expanses of the desert. As the sun beats down relentlessly, the heat radiates, heating the air close to the ground. This temperature gradient can produce what appears to be an oasis in the distance, enticing travelers to push forward, believing they have found water. But as one gets closer, that shimmering pool morphs into mere reflections of the sky, leaving behind only the harsh reality of the barren land. It plays with our desires, showcasing something tempting yet unattainable. Fata Morgana also appears in places less expected, like mountainous regions. Imagine being at a high viewpoint, looking beyond the valleys to peer at distant peaks cloaked in clouds. As the sun rises or sets, the light dances across the mountains, creating silhouettes that seem to hover in the air, distorting reality as the colors shift and swirl. These scenes transform the mundane into a painting, where nature herself becomes the artist, capturing beauty in the ephemeral. In colder climates, Fata Morgana can manifest as towering cliffs rising above the horizon of frigid seas. Icebergs or rocky formations distort under certain atmospheric conditions, leading to breathtaking panoramas where the impossible appears to rise from the ocean's depths. This captivating view can make sailors feel as though they are entering a mythical world, filled with ethereal landscape. Even in urban settings, Fata Morgana can surprise city dwellers. On exceptionally hot days, skyscrapers can twist and stretch, altering their shapes in the mirage-like haze. The visual effect creates an architectural ballet, where buildings appear as if they are bending toward one another, leaving pedestrians questioning their surroundings. Onlookers may find themselves enchanted, their imaginations ignited by the magical manipulation of light and air. One of the most interesting aspects of the Fata Morgana phenomenon is how it differs across various geographic locations. Specific sites around the world are known for more frequent occurrences. The Strait of Messina, between Italy and Sicily, is a famous hotspot where ancient mariners were often treated to sights of distant lands or floating islands due to these illusions. Additionally, the Arctic regions often present Fata Morgana views since the atmospheric conditions are particularly suitable, producing mesmerizing transformations of icy landscape. While Fata Morgana can be awe-inspiring, it can also lead to disorientation and confusion, especially for those unacquainted with its deceptive allure. It reminds us to question what we perceive, urging a blend of curiosity and caution. Each shimmering image tells a story of atmospheric magic, shaped by nature's whims. Scientists study these phenomena to better understand atmospheric optics, light refraction, and the dance of temperature gradients. Yet, despite their research, the allure of a Fata Morgana lies in its mystery and the stories it evokes. Witnessing a Fata Morgana is like unlocking a door to another realm, where imagination intertwines with reality. It invites you to look beyond the immediate surroundings and to marvel at the interplay of light and air, producing a visual spectacle that is fleeting yet unforgettable. Embracing the mystery encourages a sense of wonder, a reminder of nature's power and beauty, ever-changing and enchanting, forever intriguing. So next time you find yourself gazing at the horizon, Keep an eye out for those illusions, for they are whispers of nature's artistry, beckoning you closer to the immeasurable beauty all around. This dance of light is not just a mere trick. It is an invitation to experience the magic that exists when the elements come together. In a remote region of Southeast Asia, nestled along the banks of the Mekong River, a fascinating and enigmatic phenomenon captures the attention of both locals and visitors alike. This phenomenon is known as the Naga fireballs, a spectacular occurrence that takes place annually, drawing crowds eager to witness the mysterious glowing orbs that rise from the waters of the river. The air is thick with anticipation as tales of these mesmerizing lights ripple through the community. Each year, usually around the end of October, these orbs begin to appear, glowing with an otherworldly luminescence. Bright oranges and reds illuminate the night sky, swirling and dancing above the water, astonishing those lucky enough to witness this spectacle. The precise origin of these mystical fireballs remains elusive, creating a swirl of theories and narratives that enrich the experience of witnessing them. Local legend attributes the fireballs to Naga, a mythical serpent revered in Buddhist and Hindu traditions. Many believe that these serpents dwell in the depths of the Mekong River, guarding the waters and symbolic of the fertility of the land. According to local folklore, the Naga breathe life into the fireballs, releasing them into the sky in a display of grace and power. The shimmering orbs are viewed as a blessing from these revered creatures, symbolizing goodwill and abundance. On the banks of the Mekong, thousands gather for the annual event. As twilight descends, the atmosphere transitions into a vibrant celebration filled with festivities. People light candles, prepare food, and connect with friends and family, all while keeping their gaze fixed on the river for the first sign of movement. The anticipation is palpable, with every whisper and gasp as the moment approaches. As dusk deepens, curious spectators often recount their own encounters with the fireballs. Stories abound of orbs appearing from various points along the river, darting to and fro with wild abandon. Some describe the fireballs as having distinct shapes, while others insist they vary in size and brightness. The consistent reports offer a sense of unity among observers, each seeking to unravel the mystery that eludes scientific explanation. Scientific investigations into this phenomenon have attempted to decode the Naga fireballs, bringing in experts from various fields. Some researchers have explored the possibility of natural gas rising from the riverbed, igniting and producing the luminous effect seen at night. Others have proposed the idea that sediment and minerals in the water interact with the atmosphere to create a visual spectacle. However, while scientific theories continue to be debated, none have convincingly replicated the awe experienced by onlookers. In recent years, with increased interest from tourists and researchers alike, the celebration has transformed. Workshops and events built around the mystery have sprouted, capturing the imaginations of visitors. Traditional music fills the air as artisans display crafts inspired by Naga mythology. This blend of culture and mystery deepens the connection to the region, offering a richer experience for those looking to understand the essence of the fireballs beyond mere spectacle. As curious explorers investigate the lore surrounding the fireballs, they often reflect on how local culture intertwines with the natural world. Numerous stories of the Naga intertwine with tradition, history, and identity, inviting all to ponder human connection to nature. As tales of bravery, discovery, and reverence unfold, participants become part of a living tapestry of history and myth. While scientific investigations may try to demystify the Naga fireballs, The evening remains a spectacle that eludes a single explanation. The beauty and wonder of the orbs continue to inspire a plethora of personal interpretations, where each observer captures a unique experience that speaks to them. This enchanting light show serves as a reminder of the magic that exists in the world, transcending time and belief. As the event draws to a close and the last fireballs ascend to the stars, the excitement lingers in the air like an unspoken promise. Visitors and locals leave with stories and memories tucked away in their heart. The Naga fireballs remain a potent symbol of mystery and allure, sparking conversations that will continue long after the lights have faded. Whether seen as a manifestation of myth, science, or something beyond comprehension, the magic of the Mekong's fireballs exists, leaving a lasting impression on all who gather to witness this annual wonder. This display, rich with cultural significance and mythology, offers a glimpse into the depths of human fascination with the unknown, reminding everyone of the mysteries still waiting to be uncovered in our universe. The Mandela Effect is a fascinating phenomenon that has sparked curiosity and discussion among people across the globe. It refers to the situation when a large group of individuals remember an event, detail, or fact differently than how it actually occurred. The term was coined by Fiona Broome, who noticed that she, along with many others, had a specific memory of Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s. In reality, Mandela was released in 1990 and passed away in 2013. This collective misremembering opened up a wider conversation about the nature of memory, perception, and reality itself. Why do so many people recall the same false memory? One explanation lies in the way our brains process and store information. Memory is not a perfect recording, but rather a reconstructive process. When we remember something, our brains actively piece together fragments of information, which can lead to inaccuracy. Think of it like putting together a jigsaw puzzle. Some pieces may fit, but if you start to mix up the colors or shapes, the final picture can become distorted. Another interesting aspect of the Mandela Effect is how it highlights the social aspect of memory. When individuals discuss their memories with others, it can reinforce their beliefs and shape collective recall. For instance, take a common example involving children's literature, such as the beloved character of the Berenstain Bears. Many people recall the name being spelled Berenstein with an E, rather than the correct Berenstain with an A. This widespread memory confusion can lead individuals to question their grasp on reality. The phenomenon raises intriguing questions about how we form shared memories and whether collective recall can be influenced by cultural narratives and discussions. The Mandela Effect isn't limited to personal memories. It can also extend to historical events and famous quotes. A well-known instance involves the line from the movie Star Wars. Many fans assert that Darth Vader famously says, "Luke, I am your father." However, the actual line is, "No, I am your father." This subtle difference demonstrates how popular culture can shape collective memory, leading to widespread misconceptions. Similarly, consider the famous children's character, Curious George. Many people remember him having a tail, yet Curious George has never had one. This common misperception can spark debates among friends and family members, each adamant about their version of reality. Why do so many hold these beliefs? It points to the power of memory and how we form connections to characters and stories from our childhood. Some researchers suggest that the Mandela Effect could hint at parallel universes or alternate realities. While this idea straddles the line between science fiction and theoretical physics, it captivates the imagination. People wonder if perhaps at some point two timelines diverged, allowing for distinct collective memories to coexist. It presents an intriguing perspective, encouraging us to ponder the very fabric of our existence and the nature of reality. Social media has played a significant role in the escalation of the Mandela Effect. When you share your memories online, others may chime in with their own recollections or disagreements, creating a feedback loop that can amplify shared false memories. Think about how viral posts can sway public opinion or reshape collective understanding of events. This interconnectedness is both a blessing and a curse, as it can lead to the rapid spread of misinformation, along with a sense of community around these shared experiences. Our understanding of the Mandela Effect also touches on cognitive psychology. How do cognitive biases influence our memories? The confirmation bias, for instance, leads individuals to search for and interpret information in a way that confirms what they already believe. Therefore, when someone hears about the Mandela Effect, they may start to seek out instances that support their own faulty memories, reinforcing their belief in a false narrative. Furthermore, nostalgia plays a significant role in how we remember the past. The comforting aura of certain childhood stories or cultural references can create a desire to retain these memories in a specific way, even if they're incorrect. This emotional attachment often plays a key role in shaping how we perceive events and facts. The Mandela Effect invites us to explore the limits of memory. It serves as a reminder that our recollections are often subjective and can be molded by external influences. This realization can encourage us to approach our shared histories with a sense of curiosity and openness, allowing room for new perspectives and insights. As we navigate this intricate web of memory and perception, we are led to question the very nature of truth. What is reality if our memories can deceive us? The Mandela Effect challenges us to reconsider our understanding of past events and to recognize that our experiences, while deeply personal, can sometimes be collective fabrications. Engaging with the Mandela Effect allows us to delve into the complexities of human thought. It presents an opportunity to appreciate the nuances of memory and the way we connect with one another through shared experiences. Ultimately, it serves as an invitation to question not just the specific memories we hold, but also the broader reality shaping our existence. We may depart from rigid definitions of truth and acknowledge that memory, much like our perceptions, is a fluid and dynamic aspect of the human experience. Thus, the Mandela Effect remains a captivating topic, encouraging exploration into the vast realms of collective consciousness. In August 1977, a tantalizing mystery emerged that captured the imagination of scientists and enthusiasts alike. This event, known as the WOW signal, was an intriguing radio signal detected by astronomer Jerry R. Ehman while he was working on a SETI project at Ohio State University's Big Ear Radio Telescope. The signal's brief yet powerful burst was unlike anything that had been previously recorded, leaving researchers pondering its origins and significance. The WOW signal occurred on the evening of August 15th, when the telescope picked up a transmission from the direction of the Sagittarius constellation. The signal lasted for a remarkable 72 seconds, a duration that left a lasting impression. The strength of the signal was measured at a frequency of 1420 megahertz, which is the natural emission frequency of hydrogen. This frequency is significant because hydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe, making it a logical choice for potential extraterrestrial communication. Ehman, upon noticing the distinctive pattern and intensity of the signal, was captivated. In a moment of excitement, he circled the alphanumeric sequence on the printout of the data and wrote, "Wow," in the margins, thus giving this enigmatic transmission its name. The signal itself was uniquely shaped, resembling a familiar pattern that suggests a possible artificial source. What makes this transmission even more fascinating is that it was never detected again, leading to endless speculation about what it could have been. Over the years, researchers have fervently explored various hypotheses regarding the WOW signal's origin. One of the foremost theories is that the signal was a transmission from an extraterrestrial civilization, attempting to reach out across the vast distances of space. The scope of this theory excites and intrigues us, as it evokes the possibility that we are not alone in the universe. However, while this idea captures the imagination, the lack of a repeat signal has fueled skepticism among scientists, leading them to consider terrestrial interference or natural cosmic phenomena as alternate explanations. Some have proposed that the WOW signal could be the result of a comet passing through the area at the time of detection. The theory stems from the idea that comets can emit radio signals as they travel through space. In fact, a comet known as 266P Christensen was in the vicinity during the time the signal was received. However, this theory has not been definitively proven, and the captivating idea of a cosmic communication persists. Another intriguing possibility is the inclusion of spinning pulsars, which are highly magnetized, rotating neutron stars that emit beams of electromagnetic radiation. These celestial bodies could create signals that mimic the pattern of the WOW signal. Yet, extensive searches for the signal in the same frequency range have failed to lead back to any pulsar identification or similar echoes. As researchers delve deeper into the mystery of the WOW signal, they often find themselves exploring the broader implications of discovering extraterrestrial life. This contemplation encourages a shift in perspective about our place in the cosmos and spurs curiosity about the technology such civilizations might possess. What kind of messages would they send? How would communication evolve across interstellar distances? These questions add layers of intrigue to the already cosmic puzzle. Despite decades passing since its detection, the WOW signal remains an open chapter in the book of cosmic exploration. It serves as a reminder that the universe is vast and filled with unknowns waiting to be unraveled. Scientists continue to search for similar signals and refine techniques to identify them more effectively. Advancements in technology, including more sophisticated radio telescopes and better data analysis methods, offer hope that we may one day decode the secrets of the cosmos. The WOW signal has transcended its status as a mere data point. It has become a symbol of human curiosity and our desire to connect with the greater universe. It inspires both scientists and dreamers to ponder the possibilities lying beyond our planet. The continuing quest to understand the universe is deeply intertwined with our search for companionship among the stars. So, next time you gaze up at the night sky, think of the vast expanse beyond our atmosphere. Consider how many wonders lie out there, waiting to be discovered. The WOW signal is just one piece of a larger puzzle, offering a glimpse into the ongoing journey of humanity's quest for knowledge. The pursuit of understanding, whether or not we share this universe with other intelligent beings, continues to motivate exploration and innovation. Perhaps one day, the message we have awaited will finally arrive, reaffirming that we are part of a more extensive relationship with the cosmos. Until then, the WOW signal remains a beacon of curiosity, reminding us of the mysteries that still beckon us to solve them. The universe has many tales to share. We just need to be brave enough to listen. Lichtenberg figures are captivating examples of art created by the intricate dance of electricity and material. These stunning patterns, resembling lightning bolts, emerge when electrical discharges meet a surface, creating mesmerizing designs that capture the imagination. Each Lichtenberg figure is unique, reflecting the random yet organized nature of natural phenomena. The magic begins when high-voltage electricity encounters an insulating medium, such as acrylic or wood. When a charge travels through an insulating surface, it does so with a kind of chaotic beauty, branching out like the nervous system of a living organism. These branching paths create stunning fractal-like patterns, sometimes resulting in forms that evoke the imagery of nature, such as trees, rivers, or delicate lightning strikes. One of the most intriguing aspects of Lichtenberg figures is their connection to the principles of physics and the hidden order of chaos. The complexity of these designs arises from the unpredictability of how electricity flows. While the voltage is controlled, the path of the current is not. Observing a Lichtenberg figure is like witnessing the delicate interplay of nature's forces made visible. Artists and scientists alike are drawn to these patterns, not only for their visual appeal, but for what they represent in terms of energy and connectivity. Artists have increasingly embraced Lichtenberg figures in their work. By using specialized equipment, they can create these electrical patterns deliberately, turning the chaos of electricity into a conscious act of creation. For instance, an artist might create a solid block of acrylic and deliberately pass a high-voltage current through it. The result is a crystalline artwork that captures the moment of that electrical discharge forever, frozen in time. These artworks are not only visually striking, but also serve as a commentary on the nature of creation and destruction. The scientific significance of Lichtenberg figures extends beyond artistic expression. They provide insight into electrical phenomena, helping us understand how electricity interacts with various materials. When scientists study these patterns, they can learn about the properties of insulators, the dynamics of electrical discharge, and even the behavior of materials under stress. This intersection of science and art creates a rich tapestry of understanding, where beauty and learning go hand in hand. Lichtenberg figures can be found in various forms, from etched designs on plastic surfaces to paintings that capture their essence. Some artists use resin to embed the patterns, creating a three-dimensional representation of the art. Others experiment with different materials, such as wood or glass, to discover how the surface texture influences the final design. Each material offers a different canvas, resulting in a wide range of visual effects that make every piece truly one of a kind. The fascination with Lichtenberg figures isn't limited to contemporary artists. Historical examples exist that underscore the long-standing human intrigue with electric patterns. Early experiments with electricity, such as those conducted by pioneers like Benjamin Franklin and Luigi Galvani, laid the groundwork for understanding these phenomena. Their work provided insights that would eventually lead to the artistic and scientific explorations we witness today. Imagine walking through an exhibition of Lichtenberg figures. Each artwork draws you closer, inviting you to appreciate the intricate details and complex patterns. As you gaze upon the swirls and branches of electricity captured in acrylic, you start to perceive a deeper narrative. It is as if nature itself is telling a story through electricity, revealing the hidden landscapes of our world. The patterns may remind you of tree branches reaching out toward the sky or rivers meandering through a vast, fertile valley. The emotional response elicited by Lichtenberg figures is profound. Their chaotic beauty can evoke feelings of wonder and curiosity. Some viewers may feel a sense of connection to the forces of nature and the universe, while others may find comfort in the familiarity of the patterns that mimic organic forms. The artwork encourages imagination and contemplation, providing an opportunity to reflect on the balance between science and art. As technology continues to advance, the potential for creating Lichtenberg figures grows exponentially. Innovations in laser technology and new materials enable artists to experiment with creating even more intricate designs. The artistic possibilities are virtually limitless, opening new pathways for artists to explore and express the natural world through the lens of electricity. Lichtenberg figures remind us of the beauty that exists in the most unexpected places. They encourage us to look beyond the surface and find patterns and connections in our surroundings. Each figure is a testament to the interplay of energy and matter, a celebration of the intricate artistry nature creates. Whether viewed in a gallery setting or experienced as a personal creation, Lichtenberg figures offer a unique perspective, intertwining the science of electricity with the timeless nature of artistic expression. They resonate with the viewer, inspiring awe and admiration for the hidden complexities of our world, and invite us to explore the boundaries between art and science. In the early hours of June 30th, 1908, an extraordinary event occurred in a remote area of Siberia, an event that would go down in history as one of the most powerful explosive phenomena known to humankind. This incident, famously known as the Tunguska Event, remains shrouded in mystery and continues to intrigue scientists, historians, and curious minds to this day. Imagine a vast expanse of wilderness, covering over 2,000 square kilometers, filled with dense taiga forest, undisturbed rivers, and the occasional wildlife. On that fateful morning, a force more powerful than any bomb detonated above this pristine landscape, unleashing an explosion equivalent to about 15 megatons of TNT. To put that into perspective, it is approximately 1,000 times stronger than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. Yet, astonishingly, this cataclysmic explosion did not leave behind a traditional crater, the way one might expect from such a massive detonation. Instead, what lay in the aftermath was a scene of utter devastation. Hundreds of thousands of trees were flattened in a radial pattern emanating from the epicenter, broken as if they were matchsticks on the forest floor. The surrounding landscape was forever altered, yet remarkably, no conclusive evidence of an impact crater was discovered. This striking contradiction has puzzled scientists for over a century and has led to numerous theories about the true nature of the Tunguska event. One prevailing explanation suggests that an asteroid or comet entered the Earth's atmosphere, igniting in a brilliant fireball as it traveled at extraordinary speeds. The object, thought to be about 50 to 60 meters in diameter, disintegrated at an altitude of 5 to 10 kilometers above the ground. The explosive force generated was so immense that the shock wave alone would have caused severe destruction over vast distances. This phenomenon is sometimes referred to as an airburst. Eyewitness accounts from nearby residents describe an event that was both awe-inspiring and terrifying. Reports tell of a brilliant flash of light that lit up the sky, followed by a deafening roar, and what felt like a violent tremor shaking the ground. The noise was said to be akin to that of a heavy artillery barrage or the rumble of thunder. Many villagers reported being knocked off their feet as windows shattered and buildings trembled. In the years that followed, various expeditions ventured into the remote Siberian wilderness to investigate the site and its aftermath. Researchers encountered a landscape starkly altered, with trees blown down in every direction, leading to speculation about the directions from which the blast impacted. The Tunguska event represents not just a single explosion, but a canvas where the forces of nature have left their mark, both mystifying and illuminating those who study it. To this day, the Tunguska event serves as a compelling reminder of the delicate balance of our planet in the cosmos. It has been central to discussions about the potential threat posed by objects from space and has driven the scientific community to explore ways to identify and perhaps mitigate such dangers. Some scientists advocate for planetary defense strategies to protect Earth from potential future impacts, drawing parallels to the dramatic consequences observed in Tunguska. The Tunguska event also raises intriguing questions about how life adapts in the wake of destruction. The forest in the area, after experiencing devastation, began a new chapter. Nature, in her resilience, ultimately thrived. The area transformed, offering fertile ground for saplings to arise from the ashes of fallen giants. In time, the region became home to a diverse array of plant and animal life once more, a curious testament to the regenerative power of the natural world. The mystery surrounding what specifically caused the Tunguska event continues to enchant both amateur enthusiasts and professional scientists alike. Numerous hypotheses have emerged, ranging from the cosmic to the exotic. Some speculate about meeting a tiny black hole, or the collapse of a natural gas pocket, or even interactions between the Earth's magnetic field and cosmic forces. Yet, despite decades of research and inquiry, the definitive answer remains elusive. In a world where we often seek tangible answers, the Tunguska event stands as a powerful reminder of nature's unpredictability and our place within the vast universe. It encourages curiosity, inviting us to explore the unknown and to ponder the events that transpire beyond the limits of our understanding. Not only does it illustrate dramatic cosmic phenomena, but it also serves as an important case study in the history of both planetary science and the impact of extraterrestrial bodies on Earth. As we continue to investigate the mysteries left behind by such events, the story of Tunguska carries forward, inspiring future generations to delve deeper into the enigmas of our world and the universe beyond. In this dance of exploration, we find our curiosity ignited and our thirst for knowledge unquenchable, discovering that even in silence, the echoes of history resonate profoundly across the ages. In July 1947, a peculiar incident occurred in Roswell, New Mexico, that would transform the quiet town into a focal point for UFO enthusiasts, conspiracy theorists, and researchers alike. The events surrounding what is often referred to as the Roswell Incident are both captivating and shrouded in mystery, provoking numerous discussions and debates over the decade. The story begins on July 8, when the Roswell Army Airfield Public Information Officer, Walter Haut, released a statement claiming that a flying disc had been recovered from a ranch in the area. This announcement was met with widespread excitement and curiosity, as the idea of unidentified flying objects was a topic of fascination for many, bolstered by the post-war atmosphere and the burgeoning interest in space and the possibility of extraterrestrial life. However, just one day later, the U.S. military retracted the initial statement, declaring that what had been recovered was merely a weather balloon. This abrupt change sparked immediate skepticism and opened the floodgates for conspiracy theories. Witnesses who claimed to have seen the crash site reported unusual debris and the presence of alien bodies, igniting imaginations and leading to a multitude of theories about what really occurred in Roswell. The rancher who discovered the debris, Mac Brazel, described finding strange materials that did not seem to fit any known category of earthly object. He explained how he stumbled upon the scattered fragments and later brought pieces to local authorities, further fueling public interest. Eyewitness testimonies came from military personnel and locals who described secrecy surrounding the event, with certain soldiers purportedly ordered to keep tight-lipped about what they had witnessed. In the years following the incident, Roswell became synonymous with UFO lore and the extraterrestrial hypothesis. Various books and documentaries have explored the possibility of government cover-ups, with many claiming that the military retrieved not just debris, but potentially even alien technology and beings. This idea has been perpetuated by so-called whistleblowers, who came forward in later decades, alleging that they participated in the recovery, handling, and examination of materials and entities recovered from the crash. The Roswell incident also coincided with the emergence of the Cold War, which added layers of intrigue. The atmosphere of secrecy and paranoia made the idea of unidentified aerial phenomena even more compelling. The government, under the pretense of national security, established various programs aimed at investigating unidentified flying objects, further captivating the public's fascination with the unknown. As time progressed, the Roswell incident inspired not only conspiracy theories, but also a rich tapestry of popular culture. The story was adapted in numerous films, television shows, and books, each interpreting the events through various lenses. As a result, Roswell has become a cultural symbol that represents humanity's quest to understand the cosmos and our place within it. The UFO debate was revitalized in the late 1970s by a growing population of amateur investigators, researchers, and enthusiasts who vowed to uncover the truth behind the cryptic feeling of secrecy that had enveloped the incident. Organizations, like the Mutual UFO Network, emerged to provide a structured approach to studying UFO sightings and encounters, promoting a culture of inquiry and skepticism around the phenomenon. Additionally, the landscape of science fiction changed dramatically during this time, paralleling the growing interest in Roswell and similar incidents. Writers and creators began incorporating themes of alien interaction, government cover-ups, and the consequences of human curiosity into their work, further embedding the Roswell incident in the fabric of popular imagination. Public attitudes toward UFOs have also shifted over the years. Once dismissed as mere fantasy or the product of imagination, there has been an increasing acknowledgement within the scientific community of the need to investigate unidentified aerial phenomena, leading to initiatives by agencies to study sightings and share information with the public. In recent years, official government reports have sparked renewed interest in the Roswell incident and other UFO events. The acknowledgement of previously classified data has led to calls for transparency, with many now believing that the truth may have been kept from the public for far too long. This ongoing discourse on transparency and the unknown has given rise to a question that continually fuels speculation. What does our government truly know about unidentified phenomena? And what might such knowledge reveal about our existence and the universe at large? The legacy of the Roswell incident endures, holding a significant place in the stories we tell ourselves about the unknown. The fascination with this event continues to captivate people all over the world, inviting not only personal reflection, but also a collective pondering on humanity's quest for knowledge beyond the stars. As long as there are questions left unanswered, the allure of Roswell will remain a vibrant topic, enticing inquisitive minds to delve deeper into the mysteries of our universe and beyond. The fabric of human history is laced with moments of intrigue, and Roswell represents one of those pivotal intersections where the known meets the unexplained. In recent years, A fascinating breakthrough in genetic engineering has captivated scientists and nature enthusiasts alike. The ability to create glowing plants. This innovation harnesses the power of bioluminescence, a natural phenomenon that occurs in various organisms, including fireflies, certain fungi, and deep-sea creatures. Imagine walking through a garden where the plants gently illuminate the night, casting an ethereal glow that transforms the landscape into a magical wonderland. The process of creating glowing plants begins with understanding the genes responsible for bioluminescence. Researchers have identified key proteins and enzymes, such as luciferase and luciferin, which are essential for the light-emitting reactions. By isolating these genes from bioluminescent organisms, scientists can introduce them into the DNA of plants, effectively equipping them with the ability to produce their own light. One of the most exciting aspects of this innovation is the potential applications it could have in various fields. For instance, glowing plants could serve as natural light sources in urban environments, reducing the need for artificial lighting. Imagine a street lined with luminescent trees, providing a soft, ambient glow to guide pedestrians safely at night. Not only would this reduce energy consumption, but it could also enhance the aesthetic appeal of cities, creating enchanting spaces filled with light. Additionally, glowing plants could play a vital role in ecological monitoring. By engineering specific plants to emit light in response to environmental changes, researchers can create a living indicator for pollution or soil health. For example, a plant that glows brighter in the presence of certain toxins could alert farmers to the health of their crops, guiding them in making informed decisions about soil management and pesticide use. Moreover, the artistic possibilities are endless. Landscape designers and artists can incorporate glowing plants into parks and public spaces, creating stunning installations that capture the imagination of visitors. Imagine a botanical garden filled with flowers that shimmer in the dark, or a serene lakeside retreat enhanced by glowing aquatic plants. Such innovations would not only enrich our environment, but also foster a deeper appreciation for the wonders of nature. The process of creating glowing plants involves a careful balance of creativity and scientific rigor. Genetic engineering is not without its challenges. Scientists must ensure that the introduced genes do not disrupt the plant's natural growth and development. This requires rigorous testing and ethical considerations, as the impact on ecosystems must be thoroughly evaluated. It is crucial to approach this technology with a sense of responsibility and to continually assess the long-term effects on biodiversity and natural habitats. In addition to practical applications, glowing plants offer intriguing insights into the potential for sustainability. As we confront challenges such as climate change and resource depletion, the use of naturally glowing flora could be a step toward reducing our reliance on artificial resources. By cultivating plants that emit light, we not only embrace innovation, but also work toward a more sustainable future where nature and technology coexist harmoniously. As research continues to advance, some scientists are exploring the potential for enhancing the brightness and duration of the glow. This could lead to the development of plants that glow every night without the need for complex technology. Picture a garden filled with bioluminescent plants, where the soft light lingers for hours, inviting creatures of the night and fascinating viewers alike. The glow of these engineered plants could also contribute to scientific understanding of bioluminescence itself. Each new breakthrough provides a window into the intricacies of life at a molecular level. By studying how these plants produce light, scientists can unlock further mysteries of biological processes which could have implications beyond just the realm of glowing organisms. Furthermore, public interest in glowing plants is growing, sparking conversations about science, ethics, and our relationship with nature. As this technology develops, it presents an opportunity for engagement and education. Schools may incorporate glowing plants into their science curricula, inspiring a new generation of scientists curious about genetics and the environment. Community initiatives could also emerge, bringing people together to cultivate and appreciate these remarkable creations. In conclusion, the innovation of glowing plants symbolizes the intersection of creativity, science, and nature. As we stand at this exciting frontier, we are reminded of the extraordinary possibilities that genetic engineering can unlock. From transforming urban landscapes to providing insights into sustainability, the potential of bioluminescent flora inspires imagination and exploration. This journey invites us to appreciate the beauty and complexity of life, fostering a deeper connection with our natural world while navigating the future of technology and ecology together. In the intricate world of art and science, few creations capture the imagination quite like the Blaschka glass models. Originating in the 19th century, these stunning representations of marine invertebrates were crafted by the brilliant Czech artist Leopold Blaschka and his son Rudolf But. Their work transcends mere representation, combining scientific precision with artistic beauty to create models that are not only visually striking, but also serve to illuminate the underwater world. Imagine walking through a hushed museum gallery, your eye drawn to a collection of iridescent glass creatures. Each piece gleams under the light, revealing delicate details that mimic the complex structures of living organisms. The Blaschka models showcase an astounding variety of marine life, from the ethereal jellyfish drifting through oceans to the intricate coral formations that are home to a plethora of species. The craftsmanship involved in creating these models is nothing short of extraordinary. Blaschka utilized techniques that included glass blowing and lamp working, allowing him to mold and shape glass with precision. This was a time before modern photography and undersea exploration, so capturing such intricate details in glass was both a challenge and a marvel. The translucent quality of glass allowed light to shine through in a way that mimicked the movement and fluidity seen in real marine environments, giving life to each piece. To understand the significance of the Blaschka glass models, it's essential to place them in their historical context. During the 19th century, scientific curiosity about the natural world was at an all-time high. Museums and universities sought to educate the public and advance scientific knowledge. Glass models became vital educational tools, providing immersive insights into anatomy and biology that illustrations could only partially convey. These handcrafted models were used by universities, scientific societies, and collectors alike. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Blaschka glass models is the scientific accuracy with which they depict their subjects. For instance, the stunning detail found in the model of a sea anemone captures the unique textures and shapes of its tentacles, demonstrating not just artistic skill, but also a profound understanding of marine biology. The accuracy extends to the colors, which were expertly applied using various techniques to replicate the vivid hues found in nature. This not only enhanced their aesthetic appeal, but also ensured they served as reliable educational artifacts. The underwater world presented a particular challenge for the Blaschkas. They often relied on the works of marine biologists and explorers of their time to source information about the species they designed. This collaboration between art and science is what makes their creations so unique and captivating. Each model effectively tells a story of exploration, discovery, and creativity, inviting viewers to linger longer and appreciate the artistry involved. Today, museums that showcase Blaschka's work draw aficionados from around the globe. Visitors stand in awe as they admire the remarkable precision and beauty of these seemingly delicate creations. The models serve as a bridge that connects us to the past, offering a glimpse into how our understanding of marine life has evolved over the years. They represent a fusion of art and science that continues to inspire modern creators and scientists alike. The enduring legacy of the Blaschka glass models goes beyond the glass itself. It serves as a reminder of the importance of preserving the natural world. As we look at these models, we are also reminded of the fragility of our ecosystems and the need for conservation. The dazzling beauty of a glass octopus or a shimmering jellyfish highlights not only the artistic vision of the Blaschkas, but also the real creatures that inspired them, fascinating entities that rely on delicate ecosystems to thrive. This stunning collection reminds us of the marvels of our planet's oceans. Each model is a testament to the complexity of marine life and the undying human curiosity to understand it. As we celebrate the legacy of Leopold and Rudolf Blaschka, we also recognize the beauty and intricacy of nature's creations and the importance of viewing the world around us with a sense of wonder. The story of the Blaschka glass models is one of passion, artistry, and a deep commitment to the natural world. These breathtaking glass representations serve as a bridge between our past and present, inviting us to appreciate not only the beauty of the models themselves, but also the living creatures they represent. Each piece stands as a testament to the creativity and scientific curiosity that fueled exploration, allowing us to reflect on the importance of preserving our natural heritage for future generations to admire and study. As you envision the vibrant life of the ocean encapsulated in glass, you find yourself drawn into a timeless dance of artistry and science, evoking a sense of wonder that continues to resonate today. As the dawn of the year 2000 approached, there was a sense of both excitement and apprehension in the air. This was not just the turn of a new year, it was the turn of a new millennium. However, alongside the celebrations, a pervasive fear loomed. This was the so-called Y2K bug, a computer glitch that many believed could lead to widespread technological chaos. The roots of this concern can be traced back to the early days of programming, when coding constraints were often a reality. To save valuable memory space, an expensive commodity in the early days of computing, programmers frequently represented years using only the final 2 digits. For example, the year 1999 was simply written as 99. Fast forward to the year 2000, and suddenly, those 2-digit year representations became an issue. Would computers recognize the year 2000 as 1900 instead? The fear was that this simple error could lead to a catastrophic chain reaction across systems worldwide. Imagine the implications. Power plants, banking systems, transportation networks, and healthcare technology, all relying on computer systems that could potentially misinterpret dates. People imagined planes malfunctioning, financial transactions going awry, and even life support systems failing. The prospect of such failures painted a grim picture of the first few moments of the new millennium. In the years leading up to the year 2000, businesses, governments, and technology experts worked tirelessly to assess the potential risks and to address them. Billions of dollars were poured into updating and fixing systems, with programmers laboring around the clock to ensure that the transition would be as seamless as possible. In offices and tech hubs worldwide, the atmosphere was charged with both determination and anxiety as teams reviewed lines of code, implemented fixes, and tested their systems. As New Year's Eve approached, the mix of anticipation and anxiety reached a fever pitch. Media outlets reported on the impending bug, highlighting both the possible consequences and the efforts to avert disaster. Some portrayed the Y2K threat as apocalyptic, while others emphasized the extensive preparations being made. The conversations surrounding it were fraught with uncertainty. Would the world wake up to chaos, or would the lapses in technology be minimal? When the clock struck midnight on January 1st, 2000, an entire world held its breath. As the new millennium began, and the digital clocks changed from 1999 to 2000, the moment of truth arrived. For the most part, the transition went surprisingly smoothly. Systems that had been upgraded functioned without a hitch, and reports of significant failures were limited. In retrospect, many celebrated the fact that fear had been a driving force in preparing for what could have been a technological crisis. However, not all experiences were free from hiccups. Some minor glitches did occur. For example, some devices erroneously displayed the wrong date, and a handful of systems failed to process dates correctly. But these were mere blips in the vast machinery of modern life. The widespread disaster that many had predicted simply did not materialize. Post-Y2K, discussions about the bug shifted from fear to reflection. Experts analyzed the phenomenon, pondering how societal perceptions of technology interplay with the realities of our increasingly digital lives. The Y2K experience highlighted the complex relationship between humanity and technology, and it shed light on the importance of foresight in the face of emerging challenges. Looking back, the Y2K bug seemed to serve as both a cautionary tale and a triumph. It demonstrated that while technology can introduce risks, it can also foster collaboration and innovation when addressing those risks. The preparations for Y2K also led to improved practices in coding and increased awareness about the importance of maintaining and updating technology. And as we stand on the precipice of further technological advancements, we can be reminded of the rallying ethos that emerged from the fears of Y2K. It encouraged a greater understanding among individuals and organizations regarding the importance of preparedness and adaptability. The story of the Y2K bug is a chapter etched in the annals of technological history, a time when collective concern brought about a wave of vigilance and proactive measures. Now, years later, we can reflect on how the Y2K experience transformed our technological landscape and our approach to risks. The attention to detail and the vigilance adopted during that time resonate in everyday practices today, influencing how systems are developed, how data is managed, and how we engage with the continuous evolution of our digital environments. As we move further into an interconnected future, the lessons of the Y2K Bug Scare remind us to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. The turn of the millennium serves as a testament to human resilience and ingenuity. In the face of uncertainty, a collective effort can lead to solutions that propel us into new frontiers, demonstrating that we can navigate future uncertainties with confidence. The Sailing Stones of Death Valley, located in California's Mojave Desert, offer one of nature's most curious spectacles. This stunning phenomenon takes place in a place known as Racetrack Playa, a dry lake bed that stretches over 2.5 miles. What makes this particular area so fascinating is the mysterious movement of large boulders that glide mysteriously across the surface without any visible means of propulsion. Imagine walking along this desolate expanse, where the only sound is your footsteps crunching on the dried earth. and then coming across these great stones that appear to have slid across the playa's flat expanse, leaving long trails behind them. For decades, people have been captivated by these large rocks, some weighing hundreds of pounds. The boulders wander across this barren landscape, creating ethereal patterns that intrigue scientists and adventurers alike. It is as if these stones have a will of their own, and their journey across the dry lake bed has inspired fantastic stories and a multitude of myths. Some might think that they are being moved by spirits or supernatural forces, but in reality, the explanation is more grounded in science, though no less fascinating. The movement of the sailing stones was a mystery for many years, and various theories emerged to explain this unusual occurrence. Researchers have proposed that a combination of environmental factors leads to the movement of these rocks. During certain times of the year, the conditions are just right. Rain can create a thin layer of ice on the surface of the lakebed, and when temperatures drop at night, a surface crust forms. As the sun rises the next day, that ice begins to melt, turning into slippery conditions. When a breeze picks up, it can gently push the rocks, causing them to slide ever so slowly across the surface. The process is so gradual that the movement is hardly noticeable to the naked eye over a short period. But over days, months, or even years, the rocks leave behind long, serpentine trails carved into the cracked earth of the playa. Imagine looking closely and noticing how some rocks leave wide, sweeping trails, while others leave narrow, slight impression. Some stones have been observed moving dozens of feet in a season, showcasing the unique interplay between climate, geology, and time. The trails left behind by these stones can vary significantly. Some paths are straight as an arrow, while others curl and twist as if the rocks are following a hidden groove only they can sense. This creates a tapestry of movement that tells a story of the Earth's forces at play. It's like nature itself is creating an abstract piece of art, with each rock contributing to a grand design seen only by those patient enough to witness it. Visiting Racetrack Playa is like taking a journey back in time. As you walk through this ancient lakebed, it is not uncommon to encounter other explorers who are equally mesmerized by the stone. With minimal distractions, the serenity of the environment becomes apparent. You can almost feel the history beneath your feet, a landscape shaped over millennia by the elements. The air is dry and clear, and the solitude allows for a deep connection to the natural world. Photographers often find this area extremely appealing. The stark contrast between the gray, cracked ground and the deep blue sky creates a breathtaking backdrop. When the sun sets, the landscape transforms once again. The golden rays illuminate the stones and trails, casting elongated shadows that stretch across the playa, evoking a sense of wonder at the forces of nature. Capturing this extraordinary event on camera becomes a challenge that can lead to stunning visuals. In addition to being a subject of scientific curiosity, the sailing stones serve as a reminder of the mystery and magic of our planet. They encourage us to ask questions, seek answers, and appreciate the wonders that surround us. These rocks are just one of countless enigmas that showcase the complexity of our natural world. They teach us that sometimes the most remarkable things happen right under our noses, just waiting for us to take notice. To stand before the sailing stones of Death Valley is to experience a unique blend of beauty, science, and history. It's a testament to the marvels of nature, reminding us of our planet's ability to surprise and inspire. This extraordinary phenomenon softens the boundaries between human understanding and the wild wonders of the earth, encouraging exploration and curiosity. Whether you are a scientist, an artist, or just a curious traveler, the serene landscapes and the silent stories of the sailing stones invite you to ponder the conditions that allow such natural wonders to unfold. So, step carefully as you traverse this remarkable magical playa. Allow your imagination to run wild as you connect with the timeless whispers of nature, and revel in the enchanting mystery of the sailing stones, which continue to glide and roam in the heart of the Mojave Desert, forever captivating the hearts and minds of those who seek to understand their story. The Philadelphia Experiment is an intriguing tale that has captured the imagination of many for decades. In 1943, amidst the turmoil of World War II, the United States Navy was supposedly conducting a top-secret project aboard the USS Eldridge, a naval destroyer escort. According to various accounts, the goal of this project was to make the ship invisible to enemy radars, a concept that has both fascinated scientists and sparked wild theories among conspiracy enthusiasts. The story begins in the early 1940s, when the Navy was desperate to find any technological edge that would allow them to gain the upper hand against Axis powers. The idea of invisibility was not merely a fantasy, but rather a serious exploration of electromagnetic fields and their potential application in naval warfare. The initiative reportedly stemmed from a desire to protect ships from detection and attacks, as well as to safeguard the lives of sailors. Witness accounts of the experiment vary significantly, adding to the aura of mystery surrounding this episode. Some claim that on a particular day in July 1943, the USS Eldridge was subjected to strange experiments involving powerful electromagnetic fields. Onlookers allegedly saw the ship slowly fade from view, becoming virtually invisible to the naked eye. This scenario was said to unfold in a New Jersey naval yard, where curious onlookers gathered to witness the astounding events. But the story doesn't end with just invisibility. Some reports suggest that those aboard the USS Eldridge experienced bizarre and even horrifying effects. According to these accounts, while the ship was rendered invisible, crew members began to feel disoriented, with some reportedly suffering from severe psychological trauma. Some were said to have experienced a feeling of being frozen in place, while others claimed to have witnessed time distortions. As the tale further developed, embellishments emerged. The narrative sprouted tales of crew members mysteriously vanishing and reappearing, like phantoms with no clear explanation of how they returned to their original state. Others told stories about sailors becoming fused with the ship itself, as if the electromagnetic forces had bent reality in unfathomable ways. These dramatic claims have fueled skepticism and intrigue, leading many to wonder how much of the Philadelphia Experiment was based in fact, and how much was mere folklore or urban legend. Skeptics argue that the entire episode may have been misinterpreted or even fabricated. Some point to the lack of credible evidence supporting the claims of an invisibility experiment. They highlight that while the U.S. military did engage in numerous experiments with radar technology during World War II, the formal scientific community has consistently dismissed the extraordinary claims tied to this particular narrative as conspiratorial folk. One investigative challenge lies in the nature of the sources claiming to recount this event. Many accounts originated from individuals who claimed to be direct witnesses or involved in the operation. Yet many of these witnesses have been found to lack credible backgrounds in science or military service. Furthermore, the official Navy records do not substantiate the extraordinary claims of invisibility or teleportation under experimental conditions. Despite the skepticism, the tale grew in popularity, especially in the 1970s, when a book by Charles Berlitz brought the story into mainstream discussions. Berlitz's work gained traction, and inspired a flood of additional speculations regarding government cover-ups, anti-gravity technology, and even aliens. This led to a proliferation of movies, documentaries, and scientific discussions surrounding the concept of invisibility technology and its potential applications, both then and in modern time. In recent decades, scientists have explored various angles of invisibility through the lens of physics. Concepts such as cloaking devices have become popular in research, stemming from advancements in metamaterials. These materials have the potential to bend light around an object, making it appear invisible. This cutting-edge research is firmly rooted in science, but it also echoes the fantastical stories of myths like the Philadelphia Experiment. The Philadelphia Experiment serves as a cultural touchstone in the exploration of the unknown, inviting discussions on the limits of technology and human ingenuity. Whether seen as an extraordinary feat of military experimentation, an elaborate hoax, or mere fiction, it demonstrates how stories evolve and captivate the imagination over time. The boundaries between reality and myth are often blurred, and this narrative continues to inspire wonder and curiosity about what may one day be possible beyond the realms of our current understanding. As we ponder the possibility of invisibility, we are reminded that pursuit of knowledge often comes with risks and mysteries, motivating humanity to probe deeper into the fabric of reality itself. The Philadelphia Experiment remains a compelling reminder of the intrigue surrounding human ingenuity, the quest for advancement, and the enigmatic nature of our universe. So whether you're a believer, a skeptic, or a curious observer, the story behind this naval experiment invites reflection on the intersection of science and imagination, and the age-old desire to explore the bounds of possibility. This history is marked not only by science, but also by our collective yearning to uncover that which lies just beyond our grasp. As the day comes to a close and the sun dips below the horizon, a magical and fleeting event known as the green flash captures the attention of those who are fortunate enough to witness it. This captivating phenomenon is a brief burst of green light that appears just after the sun has set, creating a stunning visual spectacle over the ocean. Imagine standing on the shore, the cool breeze brushing against your skin, as vibrant hues of orange, pink, and purple swirl across the sky. With the sun's descent, you might find yourself holding your breath in anticipation, eager to witness what many describe as a gem of nature's theater. As the last sliver of the sun sinks below the water, a sudden flash of emerald green can light up the sky, lasting only a second or two. The science behind this striking occurrence lies in the way light interacts with our atmosphere. As sunlight travels through the air, it is refracted, or bent, into a spectrum of colors. While the sun appears white during the day, just at sunset, the atmosphere acts like a giant prism, separating the light into its constituent colors. In this mesmerizing display, the blue and red wavelengths scatter more quickly due to the Earth's atmosphere, leaving the viewer with the precious green light just before the sun vanishes from sight. This brief moment of brilliance has fascinated observers for centuries. The green flash is especially effective when viewed over an unobstructed horizon, such as the ocean. The vastness of the water offers a stunning backdrop that enhances the green hues, making the flash even more dramatic. Picture yourself on a beach, the rhythmic waves lapping against the shore, the horizon stretching infinitely before you. Suddenly, just for a fleeting moment, the sky ignites with an otherworldly green glow, capturing your attention and heart. Legend and lore surround this phenomenon. Many cultures speak of the green flash with a sense of reverence, often associating it with good fortune or a magical experience. In some tales, it is said that lovers who witness the green flash together will share a profound bond, while others believe that it is a good omen for the future. This enchanting idea only adds to the sense of wonder and anticipation that accompanies the experience. Watching the green flash requires patience and a bit of luck. It can only be seen on clear evenings when the atmospheric conditions are just right. Horizon clarity plays a significant role. Hence, locations with an unobstructed view of the sunset make ideal spots for observation. Coastal areas, high cliffs, or lookout points can often provide the perfect perspective. Observers often gather at these locations hours in advance, eyes fixed on the sun as it descends toward the horizon. The best time to witness this phenomenon is during the months of spring and fall, when the atmospheric conditions tend to be clearer. However, even during these ideal seasons, it's not guaranteed. Some spectators may return time and again, creating a bond with fellow sunset watchers, each hoping to catch a glimpse of that rare moment. The anticipation builds each evening, every sunset a new opportunity for joy, connection, and wonder. As the sky transitions from day to night, other wonders of nature also come to life. Birds return to their nests, and nocturnal creatures begin to stir, adding to the rich tapestry of life around you. It is said that the sight of the green flash encourages people to reflect on their day, to appreciate the beauty around them, and to embrace the fleeting moments that make life truly magical. Many photographers earnestly try to capture the green flash on camera, but the challenge lies in its speed and rarity. To frame the perfect shot, the conditions must align just as they do for the human eye. Capturing this flash, however, becomes more than just taking a photograph. It becomes an adventure, a pursuit that brings people together with shared excitement and hope for a moment so brief that it feels like a secret known only to a lucky few. Aside from being a visual marvel, the green flash serves as a reminder of the transient beauty of life. It encourages observers to appreciate every single moment, for just like the green flash, they are often brief but filled with wonder and beauty. So, the next time you find yourself near the ocean with sunset approaching, take a moment to pause and prepare. Open your senses to the colors painted across the sky, the salty air that fills your lungs, and the sounds of the waves. Allow yourself to become fully immersed in the experience, and with a bit of luck, you may be treated to the enchanting surprise of the green flash, a fleeting burst of color that ignites the horizon and leaves behind a lingering sense of awe. In the vast expanse of the universe, where stars twinkle and galaxies swirl in magnificent colors, there exists a mysterious entity that holds sway over the cosmos: dark matter. This elusive substance, though it makes up about 27% of the universe, remains hidden from our eyes and instruments, like an invisible hand shaping the very structure of the cosmos. Imagine standing in a grand library filled with countless books, each one representing a galaxy or celestial phenomenon, yet knowing that the most significant chapters remain unwritten, shrouded in mystery. The concept of dark matter emerged from intriguing observations made by astronomers in the 20th century. When scientists observed galaxies spinning, they found something astonishing. The stars at the edges were moving much faster than expected, based on the visible matter alone. Like children on a merry-go-round, they should have been flung off into the void, but they held their ground, suggesting that something unseen was at play. This unseen force was named dark matter, and it seemed to be exerting gravitational influence over vast regions of space. To grasp the essence of dark matter, consider a room illuminated by several dazzling lights casting beautiful shadows. You can see the shapes and forms of the objects around you, but the shadows reveal the presence of something else. This is analogous to how dark matter works. It doesn't emit light or energy detectable by our instruments. Yet, its gravitational effects are very much present. Just as a shadow hints at the form of an object lurking nearby, dark matter suggests that it is woven throughout the universe, even if we cannot see it directly. Dark matter is thought to reside in halos surrounding galaxies, creating a gravitational cocoon that helps bind stars together. The more we study galaxy formation, the clearer it becomes that this dark substance plays a crucial role in the dances of cosmic evolution. Imagine a galaxy as a swirling whirlpool and dark matter as the unseen water supporting its structure. Without dark matter, many galaxies would be flung apart, unable to maintain their beautiful spiral formations and intricate shapes, a stunning dance of light and gravity unfolding in the cosmic arena. Yet, even with its significant influence, dark matter remains something of a puzzle. The particles that constitute dark matter have evaded detection within particle physics experiments, leading scientists to speculate on their nature. Some propose that they may be weakly interacting massive particles, or WIMPs, while others investigate the possibility of axions, hypothetical particles that might behave in unexpected ways. It is as if researchers are piecing together a cosmic jigsaw puzzle where one critical piece, the nature of dark matter itself, is missing. Contemplating dark matter invites us to ponder not just the universe's structure, but also our understanding of reality. It stretches the limits of our imagination. We inhabit a three-dimensional world, but dark matter hints that our universe is a far more complex place. It challenges our perceptions, urging us to explore deeper into the cosmos. How does this unseen substance interact with the visible world? What secrets lie in the colossal voids of space, where dark matter reigns supreme? To visualize dark matter's presence further, consider the universe as a vast ocean. The stars and galaxies are like islands scattered across this ocean, each one isolated yet connected by unseen currents that define their pathways. These currents represent dark matter, flowing through the cosmos, directing the movements of galaxies and influencing their creation. In this metaphor, dark matter is the tide, constant, powerful, but invisible to the naked eye. The quest to understand dark matter is not merely scientific, it's a philosophical journey that questions our perception of existence. What constitutes reality when the majority of the universe is hidden from our senses? The existence of dark matter serves as a humbling reminder of how much we have yet to learn. Our technological advancements, while remarkable, are still mere tools in our hands, helping us peer into the depths of the universe. And yet, the enigma of dark matter continues to evade direct observation, leaving us with shimmers of curiosity and wonder. As we venture further into understanding dark matter, other realms of exploration unfold. The large-scale structure of the universe, galaxy clusters, and cosmic web formation are all interwoven with this shadowy substance. Each step we take into this cosmic frontier reveals layers of complexity, illuminating how dark matter interacts with normal matter, how it shapes the cosmic dawn, and how it might influence the fate of the universe itself. In contemplating dark matter, we find ourselves inspired not only by the mysteries it holds, but also by the possibilities it presents. It beckons us to rethink the very fabric of reality and encourages interdisciplinary collaboration across astrophysics, particle physics, and cosmology. The search for answers taps into our innate curiosity, driving us to expand our horizons and deepen our understanding. The layers of dark matter's mystery encourage a sense of awe and wonder, much like gazing into a starlit sky on a clear night. Each twinkling star is a reminder of what we know, while the unfathomable voids of darkness are a testament to what remains undiscovered. To explore dark matter is to embark on a journey that transcends measurement and observation. It allows us to dream of realms beyond and to appreciate the intricate tapestry of existence that we are a part of, shaping our quest for knowledge in the cosmos. In the realm of the 19th century, a captivating phenomenon emerged that enchanted society with its magical allure, the Victorian Fairy Fad. This intriguing fascination with mystical beings transformed art, literature, and even the everyday lives of those who indulged in its whimsical charm. The Victorian era, spanning from 1837 to 1901, was a time of significant transformation. Industrial advancements, social changes, and scientific discoveries coalesced with a deep-seated yearning for the enchanting and the supernatural. During these years, fairies became emblematic of an imaginative world that offered a joyful escape from the rigid confines of modernity. People yearned for a connection to nature and the ethereal, and fairies served as delightful symbols of innocence and wonder. Illustrations of fairies began to appear in various forms of art, from delicate watercolors to intricate wood engravings. Artists such as Arthur Rackham and Cicely Mary Barker brought these magical beings to life with their enchanting depictions. Rackham's imaginative illustrations often featured fairies interacting with children in the natural world, lending a sense of playfulness and joy. His ability to blend reality with fantasy captivated audiences and inspired many to dream of a world filled with such mythical creatures. The fascination with fairies also flourished in literary works. Renowned authors like William Shakespeare had laid the groundwork for the allure of these enchanting figures with plays such as A Midsummer Night's Dream. However, during the Victorian era, a renewed interest in folklore and mythology fueled a surge of fairy tales, enchanting stories that delighted readers of all ages. The writings of authors like Lewis Carroll and George MacDonald featured fairy-like beings that evoked both curiosity and nostalgia. Their narratives often combined elements of adventure, morality, and whimsy, resonating deeply with the Victorian ethos. The influence of the fairy fad extended beyond literature and visual arts. The fascination with these mystical beings became a shared cultural experience. Afternoon tea parties included discussions about fairy lore, and children were encouraged to believe in the existence of magical beings around them. The concept of fairies embodied innocence and purity, alluring to both the young and the young at heart. Thought-provoking books such as The Secret Commonwealth of Elves, Fauns, and Fairies by Robert Kirk even suggested that these creatures inhabited the same landscapes as humans, hidden in plain sight for those who dared to look closely. The craze for fairies did not stop at art and literature. It also found its way into fashion and decor, with butterfly motifs and floral designs becoming increasingly popular. Women's clothing featured delicate lace and floral patterns that echoed the mystical aura surrounding the fairy world. Harmony with nature and lightness became desirable attributes, reflecting the naturalistic themes that enchanted the Victorian heart. Homes were adorned with whimsical decorations, from fairy figurines to delicate art pieces inspired by nature creating spaces that seemed to breathe magic. This enchantment reached a peak with the advent of photography, which offered a new dimension for capturing the ephemeral beauty of fairies. The famous photograph by Francis Griffiths, known as the Cottingley Fairies, gained immense popularity and gave rise to debates about authenticity and belief in the supernatural. Although later exposed as a hoax, the photographs captured the imagination of countless individuals, perpetuating the cultural obsession with these mythical beings. As we explore the Victorian Fairy Fad, it is essential to understand the significance of these mystical beings as symbols of escapism during a time of rapid change. The bustling cities and the rise of the industrial age brought about a longing for simpler times, and fairies represented a connection to the past and the natural world that many felt was slipping away. They became a bridge between reality and imagination, allowing people to experience a sense of wonder and delight, even amid the chaos of contemporary life. The legacy of the Victorian Fairy Fad persists even today, as it continues to influence contemporary art, literature, and pop culture. Modern adaptations of fairy tales and fantasy stories draw inspiration from the rich tapestry of Victorian mythology, evoking the same sense of wonder that captivated audiences over a century ago. From films like Peter Pan to contemporary novels featuring magical realms, the enchantment of fairies endures, reminding us of the human desire for magic in our lives. In contemplating the Victorian Fairy Fad, we uncover not just a cultural phenomenon, but a timeless fascination with the mystical. The delicate balance between reality and fantasy, nature and civilization, invites us to embrace creativity and wonder in our own lives. As we immerse ourselves in stories and art inspired by these fantastical creatures, we are reminded that a touch of magic can reside in the world around us, waiting to be discovered by those willing to believe in the extraordinary. The Victorian fairies, though fluttering delicately in our imagination, leave an indelible mark on our artistic heritage, offering a portal to a realm filled with beauty, charm, and endless possibility. In the heart of South Africa, nestled within the rich soil of the Witwatersrand region, lies a mystery that has piqued the curiosity of scientists, historians, and enthusiasts alike. Deep underground, miners have unearthed strange, perfectly round objects known as the Klerksdorp spheres. These small, metallic spheres are not just a geological curiosity. They challenge our understanding of history and the processes that have shaped our planet. The Klerksdorp spheres range in size from a few centimeters to several inches in diameter and exhibit a remarkable level of smoothness and symmetry. They almost resemble polished marbles or small balls, but their origin remains a subject of debate and speculation. Discovered primarily in the Klerksdorp area of South Africa, these objects have captured the imagination of many and sparked a multitude of theories about their age, formation, and purpose. Some proponents of alternative archaeology claim that these spheres are evidence of ancient technologies or even extraterrestrial visitors. They suggest that the seemingly perfect design and symmetry of the spheres point to craftsmanship far beyond that which was known to humanity in ancient times. This theory, while intriguing, has not been substantiated by scientific evidence. Mainstream geological explanations propose a more earthbound origin, suggesting that these spheres are not man-made artifacts, but rather natural formations created over millions of years. Geologists believe that the spheres are concretions, which form when minerals precipitate around a nucleus, gradually building up layers over time. This natural process can create rounded shapes which may explain the striking uniformity of the Klerksdorp spheres. Many examples of concretions exist worldwide, each with unique characteristics. In some cases, these formations can even take on bizarre and astonishing shapes, from giant boulders resembling animals to smooth stones that appear almost sculpted. To understand the Klerksdorp spheres fully, it is essential to appreciate the geology of the region. The Iron Age and the intrusion of various minerals in the Earth's crust created a mosaic of unique geological phenomena. The deposit from which these spheres originate is about 3 billion years old, suggesting that the Earth at that time was a vastly different planet, shaped by intense geological activity. This ancient landscape was not only home to a multitude of minerals, but also to the prebiotic conditions that life would eventually rely upon. The mining operations that have brought the Klerksdorp spheres to light have also yielded insights into the earlier geological processes that shaped the region. This rich geological history serves as nature's canvas, illustrating the forces at play in the Earth's development over aeons. The mystery deepens as the spheres have unique features that have earned them considerable attention. Some specimens reveal striations or grooves that create fascinating patterns on their surfaces, further challenging assumptions about their origin. Researchers have attempted to determine whether these markings result from natural processes or if they hold clues to a more complex origin narrative. Despite the various theories surrounding the Klerksdorp spheres, there has been minimal consensus on their purpose or meaning. Some suggest they might have served a symbolic or ceremonial role for ancient peoples, potentially used in rituals or as tools. Others assert that they might be technologically advanced objects from a long-lost civilization, raising the tantalizing possibility of ancient knowledge that has been forgotten over time. Intriguingly, the spheres are not confined to South Africa. Similar spherical objects have been identified in other parts of the world, from the United States to Europe and even Asia. This international presence hints at a broader geological phenomenon or specific conditions where such formations can occur. As researchers continue to study these formations, they are piecing together a larger narrative that connects geological processes with the history of human civilization. Yet, the allure of the Klerksdorp spheres lies not only in their physical attributes, but also in the questions they raise. What stories do these ancient objects tell? What secrets of the Earth's past are buried alongside them? Each discovery adds a layer of complexity to an already intricate tale of life on our planet. As we ponder the Klerksdorp spheres and their origins, we find ourselves drawn into a deeper exploration of the bond between humans and the natural world. The search for understanding connects us with the ancient past while reminding us of the enduring mystery that surrounds the Earth. The wonder these spheres inspire encourages a closer look at all aspects of our world, from geology to archaeology, and even beyond to the stars. In contemplating these enigmatic spheres, we invite the possibility of discovery. Whether seen as geological wonders or vestiges of a lost age, the Klerksdorp spheres compel us to engage with the mystery that life itself presents. They remind us of a time when the Earth was still young and filled with potential, a time of creation and transformation, echoing into the depths of our present as we continue to seek knowledge and understanding. When you watch the water swirl down a bathtub drain, you may think it's just a simple occurrence, but there's a fascinating world of physics at play here. The phenomenon we see is known as a vortex, and it's an engaging mix of fluid dynamics and motion that can capture anyone's imagination. Let's start by picturing the water in your bathtub. Initially, when you fill it, the water remains still and tranquil. However, once you pull the plug, gravity starts to pull the water downwards. As it does so, we begin to witness the formation of a whirlpool, a phenomenon that has intrigued scientists and curious minds alike. At the center of this vortex is what we call the eye, or the lowest point where the water spirals inward, creating a visually captivating motion. As water moves toward the drain, it doesn't flow straight down. Instead, it follows a curving path that makes the spiral visible. This movement is a direct result of the conservation of angular momentum, a principle that states that when an object is rotating, it tends to maintain that motion unless acted on by an external force. We can think of the bathtub as a miniature representation of larger whirlpool phenomena seen in oceans and lakes, where massive amounts of water also rotate around a central point. The water in your bathtub is subject to similar physical laws. The drain creates a force that influences how the water moves, drawing it toward that central eye. As water approaches the drain, it accelerates, gaining speed and energy, intensifying the swirling motion. What makes this swirl particularly interesting is how the design of the bathtub itself influences the vortex. The shape and slope of the tub's bottom can affect how the water spirals. A smooth, rounded bottom might create a more uniform vortex, while a flat or uneven bottom may disrupt this flow, leading to irregular movements. You might notice in different bathtubs that some create a more vibrant whirlpool than others, and that's all down to the subtle complexities of fluid dynamics interacting with the bathtub design. As the water begins to drain, air pressure also plays a crucial role in this process. When the water flows through the drain, it effectively creates a vacuum at the top of the vortex, allowing the water above to flow in and fill that space. This dynamic interaction between pressure and flow showcases how force is translated through fluids, and it's a reminder of how interconnected systems are. Even a simple bathtub drain embodies principles that govern much larger systems in nature. One delightful aspect of the bathtub vortex is how it varies depending on the way water is introduced or drained. If you pour water into a stagnant tub, the movement of the water can influence how the vortex forms. For instance, if the water is poured in quickly, it can spiral down or create a chaotic motion that allows for different patterns in the whirlpool. Each small change in flow can lead to fascinating variations in the way the vortex behaves. Temperature also plays a part in the dynamics of the vortex. Warmer water is less dense and flows differently than cooler water. This difference in density can affect how quickly each portion of the water drains, leading to variations in the swirling action. Observing this might prompt the curious to experiment with hotter and colder water to see how these changes manifest in the whirlpool's behavior. It is worth noting that the conditions in which the water drains can lead to entirely different experiences. For example, water draining at an angle might result in a more pronounced rotation, revealing a spiral that is more aggressive and defined. Watching these subtleties can provide a captivating glimpse into the behavior of fluids and the physics behind their motion. The bathtub vortex is not merely a trivial occurrence. It showcases the intricate beauty of the laws of physics that govern our world. Each time you watch a whirlpool spin in your bathtub, you are witnessing a small-scale, yet striking example of phenomena that exist on a much larger scale. Everything from ocean currents to atmospheric patterns. This connection between our daily experiences and the larger mechanics of nature can lead to a greater appreciation for the complexities that shape our universe. Next time you drain your bathtub, take a moment to observe this so-called perfect vortex. Notice how it twists and twirls, seemingly coming alive as it drains away. Allowing yourself to immerse in the science can transform this simple bathroom routine into a mesmerizing exploration of fluid dynamics, all thanks to the whirlpool swirling in your bath. The ship of Theseus is a fascinating thought experiment that delves into the nature of identity and existence. Imagine a grand ship, once belonging to the hero Theseus, sailing across the vast ocean. Over time, the elements begin to wear down its wooden hull, and individual planks are replaced, one by one. Eventually, every single part of the ship has been substituted with new materials. The question arises, is this still the ship of Theseus? To better understand this puzzle, let us consider the implications of change. Each plank that is removed from the ship does not simply vanish. It is replaced, allowing the vessel to continue on its journey. However, as the pieces are swapped out, the essence of the original ship begins to fade. What if, after all the planks have been replaced, someone collects the original pieces and reassembles them into a ship? Which one, if either, can be deemed the authentic ship of Theseus? This dilemma invites us to reflect on the broader philosophical questions concerning identity over time. It raises intriguing considerations. Is identity rooted in the physical components of an object? Or is it based on continuity of form and function? To analyze this further, let's apply the same idea to familiar situations in our lives. Take, for example, a classic car. Imagine restoring a vintage vehicle. Over years, you replace parts like the engine, tires, and even the body panels. With each part that you swap out, is the car you drive the same one that drove off the assembly line decades ago? Many automotive enthusiasts will tell you that it is the original car, pointing to the car's history, the journeys it has taken, and the memories associated with it. The story and experience of the vehicle seem to contribute as much to its identity as the physical components do. Now consider how this concept can be applied to something even closer to home, our own lives. We grow and evolve consistently over the years. Our cells regenerate, our beliefs shift, and our interests evolve. For example, think about an individual who has loved reading stories from childhood. As they grow, their tastes might change, from fairy tales to science fiction, and finally, to deep philosophical texts. Each phase of their life introduces new layers to their identity. Can they still be considered the same person they were as a child? How do we measure the identity of a person against the changes they undergo? This aligns closely with the metaphorical framework of the ship of Theseus. If every belief, every experience, and every piece of knowledge that shapes a person's understanding of the world transforms over time, then what remains constant? This inquiry may lead to the conclusion that identity is not a fixed entity, but a dynamic continuum, a tapestry woven from threads of past and present experiences. As we explore this idea further, let's investigate another example. Imagine a tree. Over decades, it loses branches. Its leaves change with the seasons, and it may even alter its very shape as it grows. Despite these manifold changes, we would still call it the same tree that stood there for many years. Its roots remain, anchoring it to the ground, while its age and history shape its very being. The tree's identity, it seems, relies heavily on its connection to the environment and the time it has spent surviving and thriving. Each of these instances demonstrates that identity is complex and multifaceted. The ship of Theseus compels us to think critically about the essence of things and how we define them amidst inevitable changes. This thought experiment transcends mere philosophical abstraction. It resonates with the fundamental parts of human existence and the nature of our reality. As you ponder the ship of Theseus, Consider how it applies to the experiences of those around you. Each person you meet, every interaction you engage in, contributes to a fluid identity shaped by countless changes. Just as in the puzzle of the ship, our connections and transformations are essential to who we are. At its core, the ship of Theseus invites us to explore not only the questions of identity, but also the relationships we share with the world. Through this thought experiment, we are encouraged to recognize the beauty of change and the ways in which it intricately connects us to others, both in terms of shared experiences and evolving identity. Ultimately, the puzzle of the ship of Theseus encourages a deep contemplation of existence. As you drift through the narratives of life, remember that every moment, like a plank in the ship, contributes to the vessel you navigate. The interplay between continuity and change is an essential part of the journey. Whether we are talking about a grand ship, a vintage car, a resilient tree, or even our own lives, the essence of identity flows like water, adapting and reshaping itself as it encounters the world. Embrace this fluidity and recognize that each transformation fosters growth, deepening the complexity of who we are. Each replacement, each memory, and each moment becomes part of an ever-evolving saga that defines our existence amidst the currents of time. Kokichi Sugihara is a renowned Japanese mathematician famous for creating a series of captivating optical illusions that challenge our perception of reality. His work opens our eyes to the complexities of how we perceive depth, perspective, and movement. These illusions are not just mere tricks. They are explorations of the very nature of visual perception itself. One of Sugihara's most intriguing illusions is known as the illusory cube. From one angle, it appears to be a three-dimensional structure, but as you change your viewpoint, the cube morphs into two-dimensional shapes. This phenomenon highlights the way our brains interpret three-dimensional information based on the angles and lines we see. The duality of the cube invites you to ponder how our perceptions can shift so dramatically with a simple change in viewpoint. Another fascinating creation by Sugihara is the impossible triangle, also referred to as the Penrose triangle. This shape is a classic example of an illusion that confounds our understanding of geometry. At first glance, it seems to be a continuous, three-dimensional object, yet upon closer examination, it becomes evident that such a figure cannot possibly exist in real space. This kind of illusion illustrates the intriguing gap between our visual processing and the physical world's constraints. Sugihara also explores the concept of motion through his animated optical illusions. One such illusion often features a series of rotating shapes that seem to spin and twist in ways that defy logic. The movements can evoke feelings of dynamism and fluidity, yet they exist only in our visual interpretation. This phenomenon is a brilliant reminder of how our brains can be deceived by movement, revealing a perceptual truth that is both fascinating and perplexing. One of Sugihara's creations challenges the very idea of perspective itself. In his work, he plays with gradients and shading, creating images that seem to rise and fall, depending on your viewpoint. These artworks utilize differential perspective to create depth, tricking the mind into visualizing space and form where none exist. This manipulation of shading not only enchants the eye, but also encourages a deeper understanding of how we inherently interpret light and form. In addition to geometric illusions, Sugihara's work often includes figures that play with repetition and symmetry. When viewed from a certain angle, one set of lines may appear straight and uniform, while another perspective reveals them to be curvy and erratic. This optical play is a brilliant exploration of how symmetry can create tension in our visual perceptions, leading us to question our instinctive understanding of order in chaos. The imaginative nature of Sugihara's illusions is a testimony to the creativity inherent in mathematics. Each illusion represents a mathematical principle that conveys deeper insights into vision and perception, making this field not only a logical discipline, but also an art form in its own right. His work invites viewers to engage with these principles actively, challenging preconceived notions about how we see the world. Another exciting element of Sugihara's illusions is their ability to create an interactive experience. Viewers often find themselves shifting their positions, tilting their heads, and straining their eyes to discern the underlying truths hidden within the illusion. This active engagement transforms the viewing experience into a dynamic exploration of perception, where curiosity reigns and inquiry drives understanding. Mathematically inclined viewers may be particularly entranced by the logical underpinnings of Sugihara's illusions. Each piece serves as a puzzle, prompting thinkers to explore concepts in geometry, spatial reasoning, and visual cognition. His works, rich with mathematical insight, celebrate a unique intersection of art and science that continues to inspire both mathematicians and artists alike. Sugihara's creations remind us that the world is not always as it seems. Our perceptions can be influenced by simple cues, altering how we interpret shapes, colors, and movements. This exploration of perception encourages a broader contemplation of reality, pushing us to question everything we think we know. It serves as a wake-up call to our senses, urging us to explore the hidden wonders of our visual experiences. As you delve into the fascinating realm of Kokichi Sugihara's optical illusions, allow yourself to become fully immersed in the experience. Each moment spent observing his creations is an invitation to engage with the complexities of vision and perception. You may find that by exploring these illusions, you not only unravel the tricks they present, but also gain a greater appreciation for the extraordinary capabilities of the human brain. Sugihara's work stands as a unique testament to the synergy of math and art, capturing the imagination of all those who encounter them. Indeed, his illusions inspire wonder and provoke thought, reminding us that reality is often richer and more complex than it appears at first glance. So let your curiosity guide you, as each optical illusion crafted by Kokichi Sugihara promises not just a view but an experience that challenges your understanding and engages your mind in delightful exploration. In the heart of Stratford-upon-Avon, where the beauty of nature intertwines with the threads of history, stands an ancient tree that whispers tales of romance and intrigue. This is known as the Anne Hathaway tree, a magnificent attraction that draws visitors from around the world. Its gnarled branches and thick, sturdy trunk evoke a sense of timelessness, grounding it firmly in the rich soil of deep-rooted legend and love. The legend of the Anne Hathaway tree is inseparable from the story of its namesake, Anne Hathaway, the wife of the illustrious playwright William Shakespeare. Anne was born in 1556 in Shottery, just a short walk from the bustling center of Stratford. Their love story, characterized by its sweet and poetic undertones, can perhaps be most poignantly captured in the presence of this tree, which is said to have marked the space where the young lovers would meet. According to local folklore, it is beneath this very tree that William and Anne fostered their romance. Picture a scene where the sun filters gently through the leafy canopy, casting dappled shadows on the grassy earth below. William, with his quill tucked behind his ear, would sit with Anne in intimate conversation, exchanging dreams of the future while the gentle rustle of leaves provided a serene backdrop to their words. The tree, carrying the weight of their secrets and laughter over the years, transformed from just a natural beauty into a witness of a love that would stand the test of time. The tree itself is thought to be centuries old, possibly older than even the famous playwright himself. Its majestic presence represents not only the enchantment of nature, but also the enduring legacy of love and artistry. Today, visitors stand in awe of its size and strength, imagining the generations that have stood beneath its branches, sharing their stories, dreams, and relationships. As we explore the character of the tree, we find that it has become a beloved symbol of affection and devotion. Many couples who visit often seek to connect with the romantic essence of the legend. It is a tradition for them to carve their initials into its bark, etching their own love stories into that of Anne and William. These carved initials tell tales of modern love intertwined with the past, each couple adding to the tapestry of romance that surrounds the tree. Moreover, the Anne Hathaway tree has transcended its roots to become a hub for gatherings, proposals, and special moments. Imagine a lively picnic on a warm summer day, where laughter rings out amongst friends and family, the tree offering a serene canopy over their joyous celebration. Or envision a quiet evening beneath the stars, where a hush falls over a couple as they share their dreams with one another in the soft glow of twilight, the tree standing tall as a guardian of their newfound connection. Over time, the Anne Hathaway tree has been the subject of many artistic interpretations and literary works, further enriching its narrative. Writers and poets, inspired by the depth of its history and the romance of its surroundings, have attempted to capture the essence of both Anne and William's relationship, paying homage to this enchanting landmark. The poetic roots of the tree seem to echo in the hearts of those who visit, igniting a spark of creativity and imagination. As you take in the ambience surrounding the tree, it's impossible not to reflect on the nature of love itself, a force that has driven countless stories, songs, and plays throughout history. It is said that the most profound connections often blossom in the simplest of places and moments. The Anne Hathaway tree serves as a reminder that love, much like nature, flourishes with time, growing deeper and more vibrant if tended with care. Whether you are standing beneath its grand branches or listening to the gentle rustle of the leaves in the breeze, the presence of the Anne Hathaway tree invites you to ponder your own experiences and relationships. What stories could your own life tell if the trees were to bear witness? Each branch and leaf rooted in the earth seems to tell a tale of the passage of time. The essence of the Anne Hathaway tree encapsulates the enduring nature of love, creativity, and connection. This ancient tree stands not just as a symbol of a great playwright's love, but as a timeless reminder that relationships are nurtured in shared moments, embraced by the beauty of the natural world. Visiting this remarkable spot is not merely about witnessing history. It is about engaging with it, feeling the pulse of romance and creativity that has flowed through this land for centuries. In the quiet moments when the world seems to slow down, one can almost hear the echoes of laughter and whispers of affection intertwined with the rustling leaves, bringing to life the spirit of Anne Hathaway and William Shakespeare. The Anne Hathaway tree remains a testament to the timelessness of love and the stories that define not only individuals, but entire generations. Its presence invites reflection and admiration, urging us to celebrate the connections we forge and the legacies we leave behind.